The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Good afternoon, racing fans, and welcome to the Marietta program being held at McConnellsville. So if it doesn't look like Marietta in the background, that's because it's not. We got they had a lot of rain at Marietta, so the horsemen decided that they postponed yesterday's card till today, but the track still wasn't in really good shape, so the horsemen took a vote and ended up driving up the road to McConnellsville. So joined today by Jeremy Moore until he has to go warm up his horse, and Chris Santa Caterina doing all the important stuff. We just talk. He makes it all come alive, doesn't he?
Oh, they have no idea what all these guys do behind the camera.
It's a lot of work.
Yes.
So as we said, we're going to go with the Marietta program that was scheduled for Sunday first. That's going to be our first. We have 9 races in that card, 40 horses, 20 trainers. We've got the Colt Stakes plus the Pioneer City Free-for-All Trot. Then we're going to move right into today's program, which had 6 races, and the Pioneer City Pace. So we've got a total of 15 races for you today, and it is a beautiful day here at McConnellsville.
No, we couldn't ask for a better day. Nice breeze was blowing. It's going to be in the mid-70s. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. And what a great cooperation between those two fairs. That was going on this morning. There was some calls made to McConnellsville, and they said, sure, come on up. So that's just great.
And they've done this before. I thought COVID year they did it, and another year something happened that one of the fairgrounds wasn't going to have the races, and they called up McConnellsville here and said, bring them over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we need around the state is that cooperation. And I know a lot of fairgrounds do. Maybe they share drags, or they share a water wagon, or they do stuff like that. But it's just absolutely great when we would have been not racing.
Right.
Because the track just wasn't. They had so much water, and some of you may have seen the photos, and it was just completely flooded on the front. And I don't know, those guys at Marietta must have worked all night long because they got it as good as they could. It just was still too bumpy. We wouldn't have been able to use the starting gate if they would have been stayed. So as we said, the cooperation between these fairs and the fair circuits, everything, it's just wonderful.
So we got 9 on the first card today. Got a couple divisions of everything, I thought.
Yeah, I think we have one. Let me get my papers in order. It's a little windy up here.
A little bit, yes.
So our papers are gonna fly. Yeah, it is. It feels great though. Yeah, the first race is the 2-year-old filly trot, the first of 2 divisions. And I think you are right. Everything has 2 divisions today. Later on in today's card, that'll be afterwards, we do have some races that are just going 1 division, so they'll be going for quite a bit of money. So we'll start talking about these horses. We've got 6 in this. We have no driver changes in the first race, so I don't have to tell you about anything but we'll just talk about these horses until they gather up. Jailhouse Pearl from the rail. Brady Clemens up for trainer Eric Nesselrod. And Casey Clemens from Malta is the owner. This horse is a Long Tom filly out of a Jailhouse Jessie mare. Jailhouse Broad. Been racing really well. 8 starts, 5 wins, and 3 seconds. So first or second, that's all this filly has been in her short career. She is now sitting 5th in the Ohio Fair Championships, and we're going to go to the post parade, and then we'll be right back.
Horses on the track for race 1, first card for the Washington County Fair Racing action, a field of 6. These are 2-year-old trotting fillies. First division, purse of $5,968. The one is Jailhouse Pearl. Casey Clemens, the owner. Brady Clemens, the driver. The 2 Flirtini, owned by the Melrose Stable of Hopewell, handled by John Ron Melsheimer. 3 Frank Johnson's Baked Spaghetti, driven by David Young. 4 J.D. Flex, Roy, and Joan Burns of Milford Center, the owners. Roy Burns aboard. 5 Madam Birdie, owned by Blaine Maddox and Charlie Wall with David Myers. And the 6 Doodlebug, Barney Dillon, the owner. Christian Myers is in the sulky. 2-year-old of filly trotters, first division. They'll be at the gate and underway shortly.
Okay, we left off with the 1 Jailhouse Purrs. We said she has had 5 wins and 3 seconds out of just 8 starts. Her last win was at Caldwell in 2-7 and 2. Fastest win this year, Athens, 2-3 and 4. Flirtini and John Ryan Melsheimer from the 2-hole. John is also the trainer. Melrose Stable from Hopewell, Ohio, the owners. This is a What the Hill filly out of a Donato Hanover mare. Has just had 1 start. That was at Caldwell. And she made a break about at the quarter pole and finished 4th in 2-10 and 4. Baked Spaghetti and David Young the second from the 3. Earl Owens is the trainer. Frank Johnson from Hamden, Ohio, the owner. This is a bit of a legend filly out of a Some Beach Somewhere mare. Homemade pasta. Has been making a lot of breaks. One time she did not make a break, finished 4th, but she hasn't had a best time because she has been distanced after making all these breaks. J.B. Flex and Roy Burns from the 4. Roy is the trainer and co-owns this horse along with Joan Burns. This is a Flex the Muscle filly out of a DeJarmbro mare, Touch of Bling. Roy and Joan are also the breeders of this horse. 7 starts this year, 1/3, was timed in 2:07 at Urbana. Madam Birdie and David Myers for trainer David Myers. Blaine Maddox and Charlie Wall are the owners. This is a Volstead filly out of a Cadabra mare, Bernadine Hanover. 6 starts on the year, 2 seconds and 1/3. The fastest she's been timed was 2:08 and 4 at Athens, where she was 2nd. And Doodlebug, Barney Dillon trains and owns. Christian Myers will drive. Doodlebug is a jitterbug out of a Southwind Wrangler mare, Argenna. This horse has had 7 starts this year, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a 3rd. Last win was at Woodsfield in 2-4 and 2. Also won at Athens in 2-6. Finished 2nd at Caldwell, her last start, just back by a length and a quarter, was timed in 2-4 and 1. So she likes that trotting around 2-4, 2-5.
That's pretty good for a 2-year-old around these county fairs.
Absolutely. Yep. You know, I know that they're going really, really fast, but if I had a 2-year-old trotting filly that go like that, I'd be really happy.
Yes. And if you want to follow along with us, don't forget, programs available, www.harnessracingohio.com. But look for Marietta, not
yes.
McConnellsville.
Even though we are at McConnellsville, it's a little confusing. But the fillies are headed to the Webkenberg starting gate. John Ingram and his wife Tiffany are the starters today. So let's join our announcer, Steve Cross.
Field of 6 lining up behind the gate there in the stretch, ready for the start. 5 at the gate, 1 trailing starter. And they're off, and Flirtini steps out, grabbing the early lead. J.D. Flex there to the outside, comes away second. Jailhouse Pearl down on the inside, slips through in the 3rd then, as Flirtini breaks stride in that first turn. So Jailhouse Pearl and Brady Clemens will take the lead and lead to the backstretch going to the quarter. Roy Burns has J.D. Flex settling into the pocket seat in 2nd then. Doodlebug on the inside races into 3rd, for the back in 4th as they come to the first quarter. Baked Spaghetti, and the back trotting to the outside now is Madam Birdie far back. The trailer is Flirtini. 32 seconds of the opening quarter time. Fillies are a bit scattered here as they circle the far turn. Jailhouse Pearl, the long-time filly, leading the way by about 2 lengths. J.B. Flex on the inside is still there, following along in the 2nd. Doodlebug and Christian Myers, another 2.5 or so back in 3rd as they come down past the stands, coming to the halfway point. Baked Spaghetti moving up on the inside, and along the inside in fifth end, it's Madam Birdie. Far back the trailer is Flirtini. They pass the halfway point, and Jailhouse Pearl and Brady Clemens still there on the point, leading by 2. At the half end, 103 1/5. JB Flex on the inside continues to track along in the second. Doodlebug is their third, and that filly about 3.5, 4 lengths off the lead as they head down the back stretch, going to the 3/4 mile marker. Jailhouse Pearl, the one to catch here, the latest 2, and here comes Doodlebug to the outside, vacating the third spot. She marches right up to the leader's wheel as they pass 3/4. Is Jailhouse Pearl. Doodlebug is there pressuring on the outside. Along the inside, JB Flex, 3/4, 134.1. Midway to the final turn as they make the turn, Jailhouse Pearl. Doodlebug is off stride to the outside. So now JB Flex looks to retake that second spot. Far back then is Baked Spaghetti, and as they make the turn, racing for home, Jailhouse Pearl leading the way. Jailhouse Pearl is opening up with every stride. Jailhouse Pearl wins the opener. JB Flex finishes second. Doodlebug rallies back to finish third. Time of the mile, 2:05 3/5.
They were kind of spread out, weren't they?
There was a whole lot of spread out, but I am going to mention one thing. Baked Spaghetti stayed trotting.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Now, I was watching. They've got those tight trotting hobbles on pretty snug.
Pretty snug?
Yeah, David's. You can tell when the drivers are jerking in the bike a little bit because of it, but hey, they worked.
Yes. Yeah, because she had shown, I mean, in the last 6 starts, and we can see she had only stayed flat in one of those. That was at Athens. So, yeah, that's a win.
Yes.
That absolutely is. Jailhouse Pearl, though, is going to get the win money because now this is her sixth win out of 8 starts.
Ready for the second race, race 2.
Now, I don't have a program, so I'm kind of going off of Susan here. Doodlebug, that's an uncharacteristic break of her, wasn't it?
Yes, she hasn't. Well, she made a break 3 starts back. She broke at Rock Springs.
Well, that's a given.
That's a yeah. As I was going through, I was noting that they didn't make a break at Rock Springs.
Yes.
That's a kind of a super race. But yeah, Doodlebug had not made a break. Had won at Woodsfield and was second at Caldwell. So. And JB Flex going by now, finished second in that race. We got horses coming from the backstretch and from the last turn area. So we got horses kind of coming from every which way. We'll be gathering them up rather quickly. I think we're going to run through this card rather fast today.
Should be.
For 2-year-old filly trotters at the Washington County Fair program, it's the one Jailhouse Pearl.
A homebred fillet, 2-year-old daughter of Long Tom, little Jailhouse Brown by Jailhouse Jesse, owned by Casey Clemens, a Malta. Eric Nessel rode the trainer Brady Clemens, the winning driver today. This filly has been on a tear on the Ohio Fair circuit. This her 6th lifetime win in just 9 starts for Jailhouse Pearl. Trotting today's mile on 2:05 3/5. Results official. Going from the top of the program, the 1-horse Jailhouse Pearl, the winner. The 2 Flirtini was 6th. Baked Spaghetti finished 4th. JB Flex was 2nd. Madam Birdie was 5th. And Doodlebug 3rd. Top down, 1, 6, 4, 2, 5, and 3. The quarter time was 32 seconds. The half time, 103 1/5. 3/4, 134 1/5. And the final time, 205 3/5. Coming up in the second race, race 2, driving the 1-horse Tip will be Brady Clemens as he looks to take the early double today. Brady Clemens on the 1 Tip in the upcoming second. In the barn, bring out race 2. Please bring him out.
Okay, so Jailhouse Pearl, as Steve said, getting her 6th win out of just 9 starts. I mean, racing really well. Was before this sitting 5th in the Ohio Fair Championship points, so I'm pretty sure we'll see Jailhouse Pearl on Fair Championship night.
It's a good deal.
So we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back with the second, which is the first of 2 divisions of the 2-year-old filly Pace.
The Washington County Fair in Marietta, Ohio has history dating all the way back to 1826. Residents had organized a local agricultural society a decade prior and finally decided a day-long street fair was exactly what they needed to celebrate their local farmers. Premiums were given to the best livestock and crops, but Washington County didn't stop there. Congruent with the times, $10 was also given to the man who had harvested the most wolves that year. Fairs continued like this for 20 years. It wasn't until 1851 when the first modern Washington County Fair, as we know today, was held. Fairs continued on like this for 20 years. It wasn't until 1851 when the first modern Washington County Fair was held. It was then that the fair shifted its focus to the racetrack. Records show that the best horses from Washington County during the late 1800s were two studs by the names of Wild Wagner and Prince. The 1892 release of Wallace's Yearbook of Trotting and Pacing shows Wild Wagner making a mark in 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Today, the track record is 158-3, set in 2001 by Cam and Sam's Rick. The Washington County Fair is a member of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. They host 2 afternoons of live-action harness racing.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
So welcome back to the Marietta program that's being held at McConnellsville. And keep repeating that so people don't think we're crazy talking about Marietta when you can see that it's McConnellsville.
Yep.
We have to.
Hills in the background instead of the river this time.
Yes. And we want to thank a couple of food vendors opened up today because the fair doesn't actually open here till tomorrow.
Correct.
But we had a few vendors that opened up, so all the horsemen and everybody that came to us. And we've got a decent crowd in the grandstand. I mean, for nobody knowing that it was coming here until I think they finally made the decision at about 10 o'clock this morning, which was going to be the original post time for Marietta. So quite a few people that made their way here.
Yeah.
We are also racing at Canfield today and Richwood. So this is, we have 3 going simultaneously on Facebook and YouTube. So you can go to either of those and see all 3 races, which is kind of really cool. We've got some new equipment that allows us to do that. So pretty neat thing.
I say, is it all 3 afternoon racing too?
All 3, yeah. Well, Canfield was 11, so I'm wondering they should be done fairly soon. But I think Canfield had. Let's see.
Last horse is on his way. Gather them up in the first turn and trade it, please.
Yeah, there's 12 races at Canfield. Frank and Michael are up there, and 9 races at Richwood. They started at 1 p.m., same time as we did. Ashley and Tom Pye, the harness guy, are up there. So that's a lot of racing this weekend.
Yeah. For fairs that are starting to wind down.
Yes. Yeah, it seems like there's this giant push around Labor Day, and then things will start to slow down a little bit. But it looks like we're getting the horses gathered up. So here's the post parade for the second race.
Second race, Pacers on the track. Race 2, first division for 2-year-old fillies. Purse of $6,350. The one is tip owned by Ed Teefee in Mount Sterling, Illinois. Brady Clemens, the driver. 2VH Dancer owned by Tim Van Horn. Christian Myers aboard. 3 Eat My Pixie Dust owned by the Melrose Stable of Hopewell with John Ryan Melsheimer. 4 is Lost to the Night, owned by Brent Hopper and Kyle Gray, David Young aboard. The 5, Miss Marcello, owned by Kevin Johnson of Circleville. Alex Hawk is in the sulky. Field of 5, 2 of Philly's first division here. They'll be off the gate shortly.
So the one horse in this race, Tip, will be driven by Brady Clemens. Ed Ryder is the trainer, and Ed Teefee from Mount Sterling, Illinois, the owner. It's a lather-up filly out of a Western Hanover mare, Western Top Cat. It's had 4 starts this year, has not hit the board yet, but was timed in 2-2, finishing 5th at Woodsfield, and was timed in 2-3 and 4 at Zanesville, finishing 4th. VH Dancer and Christian Myers have the 2-hole for trainer owner Tim Van Horn. Tim is from Malta. This is a Dancing Yankee out of a Cam's Card Shark mare called Southwind Sugar. This horse was purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $11,000. Has already won 6 races this year, 3 seconds and 3 thirds, so never worse than third, and is also sitting third in the Ohio Fair Championship points. The fastest of her wins was at Piketon in 2 minutes and 3/5, and her last win was at Rock Springs in 2-2 and 1. Came down that stretch there in 27 and 4. Wow. Wicked fast coming home at Rock Springs. Eat My Pixie Dust and John Ryan Melsheimer. John is also the trainer. Melrose Stables from Hopewell, the owner and breeder. This is a Bring on the Beach out of a Towner's Big Guy mare, One Wild Woman, making just her 2nd lifetime start, was 4th at Caldwell, timed in 2-7 and 3. And Lost in the Night, David Young the second up for trainer Steve Carter. Brent Hopper from Nicholsville, Kentucky, and Kyle Gray from Xenia are the owners. This is a Lost in Time out of an Art Major mare, Alada Nati, Hanover. 4 wins in a row. She's coming on a 4-win streak. Won at Caldwell, Woodsfield, Rock Spring, and Zanesville. Her fastest win, though, was at Piketon in 2-2. Miss Barcelo and Alex Hawk from the 5. Kevin Johnson, the trainer, owner, and breeder. This is a Mr. Apples out of an artificial mare, Jackpot Genie. 2 wins on the year. The last win was at Zanesville in 2 minutes flat. She also won at Washington Courthouse in 2-3. So the horses are in the turn. Let's turn it over to Steve Cross for the call of the second.
Washington County Fair at McConnellsville. Field of 5 enters the stretch. Here they come. Off stride, VH Dancer. End of it off. Miss Barcelo fires right out for the lead to the inside. Lost in the Night. On the inside in the 3rd, then it's a Tip. Eat My Pixie Dust went off stride, is back pacing now. VH Dancer, after a break before the start, is back pacing and turning the field in 5th. They're on the backstretch now, racing over to the quarter-mile marker, and Alex Hawk has Miss Barcelo to the clear, leading the way by 2. Lost to the Night of the inside is there in the 2nd. Tip has closed the gap well 3rd. For the back in the 4th, then it's Eat My Pixie Dust as she makes just her 2nd career start. Opening panel was 29 seconds as they round the far turn. Miss Barcelo, the Mr. Apples filly, leading the way here by nearly 2. Lost to the Night of the inside, continues to follow along in 2nd. Tip is lined up in 3rd. VH Dancer slowly closing in from 4th, and Eat My Pixie Dust continues a trail. As they come to the halfway point, it's Miss Barcelo leading. Miss Barcelo by 2. Lost to the Night of the inside, still in 2nd. They're at the half in 101. Tip follows closely 3rd, and VH Dancer is back into contention now. She's just 4 lengths or so off the lead now as they make the turn to the backstretch. Racing with a 3/4 mile marker, Miss Barcelo. The lead still 2. Lost into the Night. On the inside, biding your time there patiently in the 2nd. Tip sliding through on the inside, has a seam along the inside in 3rd. And to the outside is VH Dancer. Past the 3/4, Miss Barcelo has led from the beginning. 3/4 and 1:30 and 4. And the leader opens up in the field. Miss Barcelo by 4, nearly 5 lengths now. Lost to the Night of the outside, moves to 2nd. Tip along the inside at 3rd. As they make the turn, VH Dancer rallies from 4th with less than a 16th to go. Miss Barcelo has the jump. She is laboring, but she will win this one here. It's Miss Barcelo at the wire. Tip gets up for 2nd with Lost into the Night and VH Dancer. Time of the mile, 2:01 4/5.
think Alex wanted to lead on that one. What'd you think?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He had his mind set up, and away he went. And VH Dancer making a break behind the gate there. So that's another uncharacteristic break.
Yes. Yes, you are right. I mean, that horse has been the model of consistently 12 for 12 on the board, VH Dancer. So very, very surprising. I'm sure Christian Myers and Tim Van Hoort are questioning that.
Yeah, scratching their heads on that one.
Yeah. This gives Miss Barcelo her third win out of just 8 starts. 2, 1, and 4. That's a nice mile. Really nice mile out here. Off a half in 1:01, so last half in 1 minute and 4/5. So kind of a nice evenly rated mile, except for that first quarter. He was buzzing out there in 29.
Yep.
Ready for the third race, race 3. Bring out, please.
2 divisions pacing fillies, 5 and 4 on this one. So they're starting to thin out pretty good here. Because early in the year we're used to 3, 4, 5 divisions.
Yes.
5 is Barcelo, second to 1 tip. And the third, number 4, lost in the ninth. The fractional times, 29 seconds. Halftime was 1:01. 3/4, 1:30, and a 4/5. And again, the mile of 2:01, 4/5. Back in front of the stands, divisional winner for 2
Phillies. Number 5, Mr. Apples, goes in gate-to-wire fashion here, winning the third of her career. She's from an artificial mare, bred by the owner Kevin Johnson of Circleville. Johnson, the trainer, Alex Hawk in the sulky. Winning time, 2:01. Official results for race 2 from the top of the programs. Tip was second. VH My Pixie Dust 5, lost to the ninth 3. Miss Barcelo the winner. Top down 2, 4, 5, 3, and 1. Coming up, race 3. In today's third race, there are no changes. Fields 4. Colt Trotters, bring him out.
Those were your results from race 2 as Miss Barcelo with her third win of the year for owner, trainer, breeder, Kevin Johnson.
He gets all the money then.
He gets it all, yes.
Before he's got to pay Alex.
So we're coming up on the third race on the Marietta program from yesterday. So I'm not sure if Kim had a chance to change things around, but if you're looking for this program, you look for the Marietta one from the 30th. Or no, from the 1st. Today's the 2nd. Even I'm confused about this. We'll be back with the third, which is the first of 2 divisions of the 3-year-old colt trot, right after these messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
So welcome back to the Marietta races at McConnellsville. I'm just talking to Jeremy Moore. He's jumping in with us for a few races before he's got to go warm up his horse. But Jeremy's going to try being a shooter next week. Going to figure out all this stuff and...
Yeah. And actually, because I brainstormed this a little bit too, I got an idea we're going to do, hopefully in the wintertime. I'm going to talk to Frank about it, and Matt and Chris here. And I think I've got, because we was over at, where was we at? Croton. And we're trying to go off of papers and pictures, trying to put everything together. So I've got an idea on that.
An idea? Yeah. Yeah, because putting this together is difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, there was 4 very large cases plus the backpack full of equipment to come and figure this all out. And there's a lot of connecting and darn wires. If you put it in the wrong spot, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Of course, Chris back here behind us is going, I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is easy.
I know. He thinks, and if you've got that kind of a head, it probably is easy. It's just, but it's a tough thing. So we're very glad to be able to bring it to you, and we're glad that all you are watching. We see quite a few of you watching from Washington County Fairgrounds. Yep, I know we left some people there. Centerburg, Ohio, Brookville Lake from Indiana, Jimmy Byers from Urbana-Mechanicsburg, Greenville, Toledo. We had a question, how often has a county fair race changed locations and race the same day? Pretty impressive to be able to do it. And yes, it is. We did come up here one other time from Marietta, if I believe.
From Marietta once, and then I know Woodsfield chose not to race. Maybe it was COVID year. And either Zanesville or here took it. I think it was Zanesville took that one. So we've had it done a few times here.
Yeah. But, just a lot of cooperation between the fair boards and the speed committee and everybody that's involved with it. So
I think the only logistics nightmare might be the mutuals.
Yes.
But they didn't bet at Marietta to begin with.
Right. So there is no pari-mutuel wagering here because they weren't, like you said, that would be different if they were involved and they had to move too. But, it was a kind of they had a couple of meetings at the barn area in Marietta, and the last one I was down there, and guy just explained, he says, we'll try grading it some more, but they had rolled so much dirt off and put it all to the outside of the track. So when the gate goes around and they have to pull off, there really wasn't enough room for them to pull off because they had graded so much of the dirt over there. So they were going to have to do a gentleman's start, and then when they took a vote, it was vast majority. I think there was only 1 or 2 that really said they wanted to stay. Everybody else said, no, let's move, get the racing done. And some of them, especially in the second card, they're going for quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
So they're going for, you're in one of the big ones?
5 horses in it.
Yeah, that you want to go. You don't want to be.
No, Chris, I'm not going to win. I told you, trotting is key right now.
Yeah.
I know, not with this attitude, but I'm realistic.
So you do have to be realistic sometimes, don't you? I mean, a win is great, but like we said about the horse in the first race, trotting is key. If you can keep her trotting the whole time, you're doing good.
As much as Chucky Bolin is my punching bag on here, he did a great job with him last week. He got him around there trotting. He stayed up there with them, and so now I got to follow suit on that.
You got to follow suit, yeah.
Because I'm in with Chucky, or else he'd be driving because he's got him. So
yeah.
They made some changes on him, and we'll see. I don't know. So let's go up to Steve Cross. Call the third.
Horses on the track and parading to the post for the third First Division 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings. Purse of $5,855. The one is Arch Hill over the Melrose stable of Hopewell. John Ryan Melsheimer driving. 2 is Block Island Sound by Mike Sowers MacArthur, Alex Hawk aboard. 3 Get the Caviar, Cheryl Vignon, the owner, Brady Clemens, the driver. And the 4, here's Johnny Cash, Roy Burns and Casey Kelly. The owners, Roy Burns, is in the sulky. Field of 4, 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings, first division. Total purse of $11,710. They'll be at the gate and underway momentarily.
I can't think of really a more pleasant place to be this afternoon, though, than right here in the grandstand at McConnellsville. I mean, it's so pretty, and it's cool in the grandstand. There's a nice breeze coming through. It's just a beautiful day.
We've got a back to the chairs.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's like my favorite thing, a back on the chairs.
Have you bought you a good stadium chair yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. We're talking about it.
All right. Put it on the list for next year.
Yes. So this third race is the first of 2 divisions of the 3-year-old colt trotters, going for $5,855. Arch Hill and John Ryan Melsheimer from the rail. John Ryan is the trainer for Melrose Stable, Hopewell, Ohio. Melrose also bred this colt. He's a What the Hill out of a Lindy Lane mare. Irresistible Lady has had just 2 starts on the year. Had a qualifier at the Meadows where he stayed flat and was timed in 2-1 and 4. That was his first time behind the gate. And since then has raced at Woodsfield and Caldwell, made breaks both times, but did finish 4th at Woodsfield and was timed in 2-5 and 3. Block Island Sound and Alex Hawk from the 2. Mike Sowers is the trainer and the owner. This is a long Tom colt out of a Conway Hall mare, Montauk Point. Purchased at the Ohio Selected Sale for $32,000. This colt has had 10 starts on the year, 2 wins, 3 seconds, and a third. Last win was at Woodsfield in 2-2, and that is his lifetime mark. Also won at Zanesville in 2-3 and 2. Has already earned $13,000 this year, $23,000 last year, so $36,000. Working on $37,000 for this colt. Get the Caviar, Brady Clemens for Charles Vigneron. Cheryl Vigneron from Williamstown, West Virginia, is the owner of this Triumphant Caviar colt out of an Armbro Laser mare. Cheryl is also the breeder of this horse. 11 starts this year, 1 win. That was won a qualifier at the Meadows in 2-1 and 2. Has been making some breaks of late. It was raced at Athens, finished 3rd, raced really good, had that good qualifier at the Meadows, but then since then has been making some breaks. And here's Johnny Cash and Roy Burns from the 4. Roy is the trainer and co-owns this horse along with Casey Kelly. This is a long Tom out of a Don't You Forget It mare, Crystal Clear. Roy and Casey also bred this colt. It's had 11 starts this year, has not won, but has 3 seconds, was second last week at Caldwell, just back by 3 1/4, and was timed in 2-3 and 4. I had a nice race at Urbana, finishing 4th, timed in 2-1 and 2. So let's head up to Steve Cross for the call of this, the 3rd race.
Gates swings into the stretch. Here they come. Through offhand trotting Arch Hill, stepping out, grabbing the early lead. Second to the inside is Block Island Sound. Moving up to the outside, Get the Caviar. Here's Johnny Cash. Coming away last and 4th as they make the turn to the back stretch. Racing about the quarter-mile marker, Arch Hill, setting the early tempo here. Takes a 2.5 length lead with Block Island Sound to the inside. Racing in second, here's Johnny Cash 3rd. Get the Caviar is off stride as they arrive at the first quarter-mile marker. Arch Hill leading the way there. Block Island Sound to the inside. The opening quarter was 29 and 4. Arch Hill with Block Island Sound right on his heels in second. Here's Johnny Cash, has closed the gap well. He's just 2.5 off the lead in 3rd. And far back and off stride is Get the Caviar. Down past the stands, they come to the halfway point. Arch Hill, What the Hill gelding leads the way by 2. Second to the inside, it's a Block Island Sound. Another 2 back. Here's Johnny Cash, halfway home into 101. Get the Caviar, now back trotting, trails the field in 4th. as they make the turn to the back stretch. Racing into the 3/4 mile marker, Arch Hill, just the third lifetime start. Flawless to this point, leading the way still by a length and a half, nearly 2. But Block Island Sound is winding up, ready to go from second. Here's Johnny Cash setting chase from third now. Past the 3/4 mile marker, Arch Hill there first. Here's a Block Island Sound tipping to the outside. 3/4 and 1:31 and 3. Arch Hill right to the long side as Block Island Sound as they match strides at the top of the stretch. They've less than an eighth of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come, Arch Hill. Block Island Sound. Here's Johnny Cash. Still a threat from third, but as they come to the wire, it's Arch Hill. Arch Hill easing away at the wire. Arch Hill the winner. Block Island Sound finishes second. Here's Johnny Cash, the mile 2:03.
So gate wire for John Ryan. Second start, they said, lifetime.
Yep.
Okay.
Very nice turnaround from his last 2 starts because he had
Was it?
run in both of those last 2 starts at Caldwell and Woodsfield. So
Okay.
good turnaround.
Good turnaround, yep.
Went back to his first qualifying form where he qualified and raced really well. Qualified, finished second in 2-1 and 4.
So the owner-trainer of Block Island Sound, Mike Sowers, his trot colts in the Sire Stakes here today or tomorrow. 2-year-old trotting colt, Power Hill, raced at Woodsfield and Caldwell here in the circuit, so good luck to him in the Sire Stakes. I think he drew away from the 2 Bears. Ronnie Gillespie's colt. And I think, yeah, if I remember right, Burke maybe has one in there that's pretty good. Imagine that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think he drew away from them too, but he's still in there pretty snug.
It's Sire Stakes are tough, but there's been, I mean, it's a great way to make a whole lot of money.
Yes.
When you go one division in the Sire Stakes, they go for $100,000.
And I was glad to see 2-year-olds had 3 or 4 divisions to start with.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of thin out, go to the Buckeyes series, and then if they don't pan out there, we go down to the fairs.
Here's the official winner on
The third, number 1, Arch Hill. Arch Hill, rookie 3-year-old
what the hill.
out of Irresistible Lady by Lindy Lane, bred and owned by the Melrose Sable of Hopewell. John Ryan Melsheimer, the trainer and driver. Just the third lifetime start for the 3-year-old gelding, Arch Hill. Gate to wire in 2:03. Fractional times of 29 and 4. The halftime 1:01. 3/4 time 1:31 3/5. And again, that time, first lifetime win for Arch Hill in a record time of 2:03. Top down results 1, 2, 4, and 3. In the upcoming 4th race, a driver's change at number 3, Hard Phone Guy. It's Brady Clemens. Brady Clemens drives the 3, Hard Phone Guy in the barn area. We are ready for the 4th. Bring out the 4th, please.
Okay, so Arch Hill, as you said, that was his first lifetime win. Did not start as a 2-year-old, so there must have been something. Melrose bred this horse, so John Ryan's had this horse all along. Must have been something that just not quite ready as a 2-year-old.
Yep. Kept him over and starting late this year.
Yes.
So they saw something in him.
Absolutely, and kind of proved it today. Trotting that mile in 2:03. Our 4th race coming up is the first of 2 divisions of the 3-year-old Colt Pacers. We've got 4 in it, a couple of them with marks of 55 and 56. So we're going to talk about those horses when we come back.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, race horses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
Okay, so welcome back to McConnellsville, where we're hosting the Marietta meet from Sunday, September 1st. So this was the meet that was supposed to go yesterday, or the race card, I should say, and coming back and racing this right now at McConnellsville, and then we'll move into the card that was scheduled for today at Marietta into switch here to McConnellsville. Jimmy Byers says he's watching 3 OHA chases and the Red Mile all at the same time.
Oh, he's in heaven then.
Ooh, yeah. And Dawn said race 3 ? And I wonder if that may be, I'm not sure what you mean, but if you are a little bit confused, that's because we're racing. The program will say Sunday from Washington County Fair in Marietta, and that's what we're racing right now. If you're wondering who won, it was Arch Hill winning in 2:03.
Watching Mike Lowe warm up his 3-year-old trotting colt. Looked like he had hands full. He was jumping around, carrying on. He said he can be a handful at times. So, of course, he's one of the ones that voted to come here.
Oh,
he lives here.
Oh, he lives here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It does make sense. It wasn't very far up the road. I mean, it's like 45 minutes is all it was. I know when I was coming through Marietta, it said 77 was this way, but my GPS took me up along the river, and that was kind of a nice drive. If I would have had a little more time, I would have stopped to see the lock and dams, because I like those, to see how all that works. Went by a few of them. I don't know how many there are on the Muskegum River, but it must be quite a few.
I know there's at least 7.
At least 7?
We come from Lancaster down 37. And it said lock number 6 and lock number 7.
Oh, okay.
So I saw that. I know there's at least 7.
At least that.
Yeah. So I'm hoping Chucky will go back Zanesville 70 and over that way back to Washington Courthouse, because I don't ride very well in the back seat.
Oh.
And it's hilly and curvy.
Curvy.
Yeah.
You wanted to just go in a straight shot.
Yeah, that would be better. But he's driving, so I'm just along for the ride.
For the ride and for the drive.
Yes.
Because you're going to drive your horse.
So I ought to put Mike up, his home track. Put him up. I'm going to go back there and tell him, hey, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Keep the collars on.
Well, as we've been talking about, just such a nice to be able to switch at just, at a moment's time. I mean, I think it was probably Rod Newhart called up here to McConnellsville and said, hey, what do you think if we come up here? And they said, sure. So I bet this is a beautiful fairgrounds in the fall. These trees there's a few of them just starting to turn. Probably take 2-3 more weeks, and it'll be maybe a little bit longer. We get a good freeze one night.
Yeah, no rain.
Yes, we certainly don't have any rain in this area, except for Marietta.
Except for Marietta, yeah.
Marietta, I think, got dumped on everything that clouds have been saving up for a long time.
Did you see the picture of it back in early April, the Washington County Fairgrounds?
Is that when it was all underwater?
Completely
under. Wow. It's the weather is here. It's fickle, I guess.
It's not very forgiving down there.
No. But and here they're watering the track. They're watering the pit in the middle where they must have the tractor pulls and stuff. they were bringing in a tremendous amount of tractors at Marietta, so I'm sure that they're going to have a big tractor pull probably tonight. So the fourth horse races are coming out. We have 9 on this card. That is yesterday's card, and then we're going to have 6 more. We're going to go right into it. I think the only thing, they're going to give us a couple minutes so Chris can change the graphics and stuff on ours, but it's still got to be confusing to look at because it says Marietta over the top, but I just want you to know. And of course we're also racing at Canfield and Richwood. I would almost think that Canfield is getting done, but we will.
I think we're 3 for 3 for Roger Houston approved post parades.
You're right.
I've been watching.
That's good. The Roger Houston approved, because if you're not, you hear about it, don't you? Roger does not like inappropriate post parades.
I had to chuckle at Jay Wolf kind of poking the bear a little bit on that one broadcast.
Well, and it is, because you know, especially on our broadcast, because you don't get to see them for that long. You know, you really don't. Somebody said, well, these 5 seconds make that much difference because people like to see the horses when they're talking about them. So it does make a difference to people, and it is something that we can control, or the drivers can control.
Oh.
Once in a while, you get a horse that's kind of rank and you can't hold it, and you're going to be out of position, but that's not the norm.
Nope. So, what we got? 4 or 5 in this race here.
We just got 4.
Just got 4.
Kind of some nice ones, so we've had quite a bit winners in here. We've got the one, Colton's Charm. He's got a mark of 56-2 at the Meadows this year. Hard Phone Guy, he's got a mark of 56-1 again at the Meadows. And Dragon Medicine's got a mark of 55 at Scioto. So these are some nice horses bouncing back and forth between the pari-mutuel tracks, or start out pari-mutuel tracks early and then moving on to the fairs. Hard Phone Guy is sitting 10th in the Ohio Fair Championship points, and Dragon Medicine 6th. Here is the post parade.
Pacers on the track. 3-year-old Colton Geldings, first division, purse of $5,908. The one is Colton's Charm, held by Gerald Lee of Coral Center, Pennsylvania. Christian Myers driving the 2 Impactful Stretch. David Young drives for Kent Wolf of Syracuse. 3 is Hard for One Guy, owned by David Nolan. Drivers change to Brady Clemens. Brady Clemens on the 3, and the 4 is Dragon Medicine, held by Richard Owings of MacArthur. Alex Hawk is in the sulky. Field of 4. Here in the first division, 3-year-old pacing Colton Geldings.
So Christian Myers drives Colton's Charm from the rail. Gerald Lee is the trainer, the owner, and the breeder. Gerald is from Coal Center, Pennsylvania. This is a Nob Hill High out of a Real Artist mare, Judy's Prime Time. This horse has had 23 starts this year, 5 wins, 4 seconds, and 5 thirds. So 14 out of 23 hitting the board. Last start was at Caldwell. He won in 2 minutes flat. 3 starts back, 1 at Rock Springs in 2:03. Then 4 starts back, 1 at Zanesville in 59-4. As we said, does have a mark this year of 56-3 at the Meadows. Already earned $33,000, $41,000 lifetime. Impactful Stretch, David Young II up for trainer Steven Swatzel. Kent Wolf from Syracuse, Ohio is the owner. This is a Do Me That Again colt out of a 3rd straight mare, split screen. Has not had any wins out of 16 starts this year, but was 2nd last week at Caldwell, timed in 2-1-1. Had a mark as a 2-year-old of 2-2-2 at Dover. Hard for One Guy. I'm not sure how you say that. Hard for One Guy or Hard Phone Guy. Not sure.
Hard for One Guy.
Hard for One Guy. Brady Clemens will drive for Druff Kirkbridge. David Nolan from Gallipolis is the owner. A Fear the Dragon out of a Royal Majesty mare, 5 wins on the year. The last one was at Caldwell in 2 minutes and 4/5. 3 starts back at the Meadows in 56-1. Dragon Medicine and Alex Hawk from the 4 for trainer Earl Owens, owner Richard Owens. 15 starts, 6 wins on the year. Let's turn it over to Steve Cross.
16th away. Here they come. Hard for one guy to the inside. It's Colton's Charm. Dragon Medicine is caught wide of the first turn as they charge around the first turn. Impactful stretch to the inside comes away 4th. On the back stretch now, and hard for one guy. Hard pressed to clear and take the lead. Now does. Hard for one guy, now clearing by 2. Colton's Charm to the inside will give up the lead and follow along in second. Back to the inside, Dragon Medicine follows in third. 4th on the inside. It's Impactful Stretch. They zip past the first quarter, opening at time 27-3 as they sling through the upper turn. Hard for one guy leads the way. The Fear of the Dragon leading by 2 lengths. Coming down past the stands, Hard for one guy on the inside, racing into second, Colton's Charm. And then back to the outside and moving. Here comes Dragon Medicine. He'll take another stab at the lead, and Dragon Medicine charging up to take a short lead. Dragon Medicine clears and takes command at the half. 58-1. They round the turn, stepping out of the backstretch. It's Dragon Medicine opening up by 3-4 lengths now inside, and second is Colton's Charm dropping back now. It's hard for one guy. Impactful Stretch at the back. Down the back stretch they go. They come to the 3/4 mile marker. Dragon Medicine, Alex Hawk leading the way by 4. Inside, racing into second, it's Colton's Charm. They pass the 3/4 at 127-1 as they round the final turn. Dragon Medicine looking for his 7th of the season. The lead is still 4. Appears to be an insurmountable lead with less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. They make the turn. Dragon Medicine racing for home. Colton's Charm in hot pursuit in second. For the back into third, it's Impactful Stretch, and hard for one guy. Can see them all. They come to the wire. It's Dragon Medicine. Dragon Medicine in front. Colton's Charm finishes second. Impactful Stretch third. Time of the mile, 1:59 4/5.
3 of them wanted the lead.
They certainly did.
And Brady made it, but paid the price. 27 some change to the opening quarter.
Yeah, that kind of wore him out. I mean, a great mile, 59-4, but that first quarter in 27-3, there was 3 guys just yelling like crazy at the start, trying to get those horses going.
Yeah.
And like you said, hard for one guy. That was really tough on him.
Number
Dragon.
2 for Alex today.
4th race winner, Dragon Medicine, the fractional times of
7 3/5, the half 58 1/5, 3/4 time 127-1, final time 159-4. In the barn, we are ready for race 5. Race 5. Bring him out, please.
I'm gonna see
Alex
what
picks up a win. Trainer Earl Owings, his brother Richard Owings, the owner. Big combination down here in the Southern Valley is Alex and Earl. I think they've set a few track records
Yes.
this year with Arbin. Raced up at Sode, I think it was 2nd or 3rd Saturday night if I remember.
So the pacing track record here is 157-1 from 2018, Cast a Light Rock. So this mile in 59-4 was a little off of that, but still great mile.
Dragon Medicine, a 3-year-old son of Fear the Dragon, a modern
Medicine by Jenna's Beach Boy. Bred in Kentucky by Mark Smith. Owned by Richard Owings of MacArthur, Ohio. Earl Owings, the trainer. Alex Hawk steering his 2nd winner of the day. It is number 7 for the season and 13. A baker's dozen for Dragon Medicine, pacing today's mile in 159 4/5. 159-4.
So I don't know if we didn't get the rundown yet. Here we go.
3, 4, and 1.
Quick rundown.
So from the top, we've got Colton's Charm finished second. Impactful Stretch was third. Hard Fun Guy was fourth. And Dragon Medicine, your winner. Dragon Medicine was sitting sixth in the Ohio Fair Championship points. So this helps him out a little bit, puts him up with as many fairs as we're having. These things change quickly. The next update will be on Tuesday. Because the USTA is not open today, and I hope to get those tomorrow before I have to leave for Wasion. So we have to get those quick in the morning, get those up for everybody.
Yeah. Cisco asked me a couple years ago, hey, you want to ride with me to Wasion? I'm like, or he said, you want to ride with me? I'm like, sure. He didn't tell me where until he picked me up. I said, where are we going? He said, Wasion. I said, where's that? He said, I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me. Nope. So we looked it up. I'm like, Cisco?
Yeah. It's a really long ways from Marietta. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, Susan, I'm out of here.
Okay.
And get ready to work. So.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Keep him in line.
And keep him flat.
Keep him flat. That's what we're going to try. All right. See you guys.
So we're going to be back with race number 5 right after these messages.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Okay, welcome back to the Marietta, Washington County Fair meet being held here at McConnellsville. We did have a tremendous amount of rain at Marietta, and the track just couldn't get the track good enough to be safe. So with a lot of cooperation between the two fairs, we're here racing them all at McConnellsville. So we're in the 5th race today, and this is from the Sundays program. Marietta Sunday program, the 5th race today, is the second of 2 divisions of the 2-year-old filly trot. So it looks like they are gathering them up for the post parade. I see all of them out there. We've got 9 races on this first card, including the Pioneer City Trot. And we're also going to have the Pioneer City Pace on the second card.
So keep it together that first turn, waiting on the 4-horse.
Well, thank everybody for watching. Tim Conkright said he's watching from Toledo. He's watching all 3 programs, so that's kind of cool. We've got a new system out that hopefully will be better and more consistent about getting the programs all out on the air for you. Even when we have 3 going at once, we never used to be able to do that. We used to be able to just say, like, one was on Facebook, one was on YouTube, maybe one was on the website, but now we should be able to simultaneously have all of them for you, so you get them in real time. So that's pretty cool. I think Frank and Michael Langer were up at Canfield. And got Ashley Daly and Tom Pye, the harness guy, at Ridgewood. They've got 9 races at Ridgewood and 12 at Canfield. They may be getting done at Canfield because they had an 11 a.m. post. The other day when Frank Froz and Don Tiger were up there, they had 8 wiener dog races. They were gonna take the best ones. I think you got to be finished first and second in the 8 eliminations, and then they were going down to 2 races, and then from 2 down to 1 race. So it was a pretty big deal up at Canfield, the wiener dog races. They were having rooster crowing contest and all sorts of fun stuff at Canfield. I saw that Chris Presley put a note on Facebook that says he's never seen such a long line to get into a fair, as they do draw a tremendous amount of people for that Mahoning County Fair. But today is their last day of racing. And it looks like we're getting ready for this 5th race. As we said, it's the second of 2 divisions. The 2-year-old filly trotters are going for $5,968. All the divisions on this Sunday card are going 2 divisions. All of the races that were carded for yesterday. We do have some big races, big purse races coming up in the second card. We've got a 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot going for $11,185. 3-year-old filly Trot going for $11,170. And the 2-year-old Colt Pace going for $11,485. So we certainly wanted to get these races in so that everybody had the chance to race for this good money. Got quite a few people in the grandstand, which is kind of surprising to me. I wondered how many people we'd actually get that would show up here, since it was a surprise. But it's only about 45 minutes down the road from Marietta to here in McConnellsville. And we had a couple of the vendors that opened up so that everybody that was coming here could get something to eat. The volunteer firefighters over on the backstretch were open, and right here next to the grandstand we had looks like now the second place is open. The fish and pork tenderloin place was open, and now the elephant ear place is open. So making sure that everybody that's coming up here is going to get a chance to get some great fair food. Besides all the people here in the grandstand, we've got a lot of people on the back side of the track. There's some tents back there, and a lot of people are gathering up on under the tents and by their horse trailers. So a lot of people are sitting there watching the races, enjoying it all. So I believe that the horses are coming on. We'll start taking a look at them while we're waiting for the last horse. IB Cream from the rail with Christian Myers driving for Stephen Swatzel. Charles Vigneron from Williamstown, West Virginia. Stephen Swatzel for Pomeroy. And Donald Spencer from Pomeroy all own this Della Cream 2-year-old filly out of an Amigo Hall mare, Rena B. 8 starts on the year, 3 wins and 4 thirds. So 7 out of 8 first, seconds, or thirds. Has already earned $14,336. Last win was at Rock Springs, where she made a break at the start and still won. And won big there because she won by 26 3/4 lengths in 2:16. Also won at Zanesville in 2:08 She has been making some breaks once in a while, but her last 4 starts, she only had that one break leaving the gate at Rock Springs. Otherwise, she's been flat. So let's join the post parade, and then we'll be right back.
Two-year-old the filly trotters on the track. That will IB Cream by Charles Vigneron of West Virginia. Steve Swansel and Don Spencer. Drivers change to Christian Myers. 2 LT by a Nose, owned by Jay Mossberger and Steve Carter. David Young aboard. 3 Fancy Prize, owned by Melissa and Roy Burns at Milford Center, handled by Roy Burns. The 4 Queen Catherine W, owned by Richard Owings with Alex Hawk. And the 5 Jurassic Jewel by Jerry Welch of Waterford. Brady Clemens in the sulky. Second division for 2-year-old trotting fillies, a purse of $5,968. Christian Myers picks up the drive on the 1 IB Cream.
Three-thirds. Last week at Caldwell was second. Was timed in 2:8 and 4. Finished 5th at Salina, but timed in 2:5 and 2. So there's 2:5 and 2 and 2:5 and 1 at Urbana was her fastest beaten times. Queen Catherine W, Alex Hawk up for Earl Owings, Richard Owings, MacArthur, Ohio, the owner. It's a long Tom filly out of a Master Levesque mare. 8 starts on the year, 1/3. That was at Piketon. Has been making some breaks. And it seems like they're kind of all over in the mile. Last week made a break after the start, but also has made breaks at the half and then at the finish. So Alex Hawk will have his hands full keeping Queen Catherine W flat today. And Jurassic Jewel and Brady Clemens from the 5-hole. Eric Nesselrod trains. Jerry Welch is the owner and the breeder. This is a Volstead filly out of a striking Sabra mare, High Gear Sabra. 6 starts this year, 1 second. That was 2 starts back at Woodsfield, where it was timed in 2:4 and 2. Also had a race at Scioto Downs, racing the Buckeye Stallion Series. Both of those at Scioto Downs. One of them trotted in 59 and 4, and the other in 2 minutes and 2/5. So the horses are headed to the Webkenberg starting gate. The Ingrams are running the gate today, so we're going to pick up the action from Steve Cross.
All on the gate. Here they come. And the Dolphin Jurassic Jewel wasting no time here to grab the lead as they trot into the first turn. Down on the inside, IB Cream, he's off stride. Fancy Prize is off stride as well as they make their way to the back stretch. LT by Nose, she comes away in 4th. Looks to advance here. She's now 3rd, now 2nd. And following her on through is Queen Catherine W as they head over to the first quarter-mile marker. Brady Clemens has Jurassic Jewel in the clear here, leading by 4 lengths, but closing in now. LT by a Nose is moving to 2nd. Queen Catherine W also closing nicely 3rd. Fancy Prize has recovered and is trotting 4th off a quarter and 31 and 2. IB Cream is back trotting as well and trails the field in 5th. Coming down past the stands with Jurassic Jewel leading the way. LT by nose now right on her heels in second as they come towards the half, and then moving to the outside. Challenge for the lead. Come to the half. LT by a nose. Inside is Jurassic Jewel. Side by side as they hit the half. With Queen Cavalier right behind these two. She off stride. Halfway to 104. Off the turn to the back stretch. And leading the way is Jurassic Jewel with LT by a nose still lurking on the outside. Trying to get second. Fancy Prize is another 3.5 lengths for the back third. And then fourth, and that track is Queen Catherine W. with IB controlling the field. I think the 3/4 mile through Jurassic Jewel, fending off the T-Nose, who is still there. Pesky second. Back of the United Fast Prize. They jump past the 3/4 mile mark, 1 3, 5 and 2. It's Jurassic Jewel who has led nearly every step of the Bulls of Philly. Battle length, nearly a length and a half out. T-Nose, back of the inside. Bounces second. Fancy Prize, right third, with less than 16 of the mile go. Jurassic Jewel, in the way from field, and Jurassic will not be denied. Jurassic Jewel wins in the fifth. T-Buys finishes second. Fancy Prize third. Time of the mile 2:07 4/5.
So that mile in 2:07 and 4/5, the two horses that makes in the race, finishing 1-2. Jurassic Jewel, Volstead filly, owned and bred by Jerry Walsh from Waterford, Ohio. Your winner in 2-7 and 2. This is the first win for Jurassic Jewel. At a 1 2 and 3/3, so now he added a win to column, earning up over $10,000. Somebody said they're cut out a little bit. I don't know if is that audio or video. Let us know. It's seemingly good here, but see what it's. Let us know if you're having some trouble. So Jurassic Jewel and Bray Clemens come back to the winner's circle. We said this really tried a couple of the Buckeye Sun series and actually finished 3rd and 4th in those.
Jurassic Jewel, the Tour de France by Volstead, out of Higher Sauber by Striking Sauber, by Jerry Walsh of Waterford, Ohio, Eric Nesselrode, the trainer, and Brady Clemens picking up his second winner of the day, steering Jurassic Jewel to her first lifetime victory. Jurassic Jewel in 2:07 4/5. The fractional times of 31 and 2, the halftime of 104, 3/4 135 and 2, and again a lifetime best for the debutante filly here, as she scores the first of her career in 2:07 4/5. Official results from the top: IB Cream was 4th, LT Bino's 2nd, Fancy Prize was 3rd, Queen Catherine W 5th, and Jurassic Jewel the winner. 4-2, 3, 5, and 1. Upcoming 6th race, a field of 3 remain. In race 6, number 2 has been scratched. Miss Dragon is out. Field of 3 remain for the 2nd division. 2 of the Philly Pacers bring out race 6 right away, please.
Hey, as Steve just said, we are scratched down to a field of 3 in this upcoming 6th race, the 2nd of 2 divisions of the 2-year-old Philly Pacers, going for a purse of $6,350. Scratch the 2, Miss Dragon. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back to talk about the horses in this 6th race.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
Own a little and love it a lot. Thestable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. Thestable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
I see some horses out warming up for our second card, so as soon as we're done with this 9 race that were supposed to be held yesterday, Sunday, September 1st, we're going to move right into the Marietta races that we're going to be carded for today. So we're just going to go right from one right to the next. Probably just have a really short break in between there. As you heard, that was Frank Fraz just did that last commercial, and he had his own horse racing up at Canfield, and I just got news that he won up there, so Frank's going to be really happy. And Michael Langer probably had to learn how to run the camera, because there was no way that Frank was going to miss being in the winner's circle there at Canfield. So congratulations to Frank and Poster Pets. So the 6th race coming up, the second of 2 divisions of the 2-year-old filly Pacers. So going for $6,350. Jeremy mentioned earlier that we are seeing less divisions, and we are, as the fairs wind down. We started out the season and we would have, 4 or 5, even 6 divisions or races of a certain division, and a lot of those have slowed down. So as we just have 2 divisions of them today. I carry around with me the 1967 Huff's Guide, so I was going to check at Washington County, where we were supposed to be at Marietta. They had 2 days of racing back then. They had a Monday afternoon and then a Tuesday kind of a twilight meeting at 4:30. Excuse me for that. I have a little tickle in my throat. So as we said, Marietta in 1967 raced on a Monday Labor Day, and then Tuesday at 4:30. Looks like they weren't part of a colt association back then. I don't see any colt association. They had overnights, non-winners of 700, non-winners of a free-for-all, non-winners of 1,500. They had the Pioneer City Trophy race back then, and we're having the Pioneer City Trot is coming up in the 9th race, and then the last race of the day from the second card is the Pioneer City Pace. So I guess that has got a long history, the Pioneer City Trophies. back in 1967, the Pioneer City Trophy race conditions were this race is for free-for-all pacers. The first heat will be a 1 mile dash. The final heat will be a 1 1/4 mile dash. So that's kind of interesting that they had a 1 mile, and of course they went 2 heats back then. So the second heat you had to go 1 1/4 miles. Entry fees were $15. And as many of them, the box closed just the day before the race, so at 10 o'clock a.m. the day preceding the race. So they had a really quick turnaround time for getting these horses in. So it looks like our horses are here for the post parade, so we'll turn it over to Steve Cross.
These are the horses for the sixth race, the second division Two Filly Pacers. Purse of $6,350, just a field of 3 here. The 2 is scratched. 1 Sunshine Player by Susan Offenberger of Beverly. Brady Clemens, the driver. The 2 is out. 3, Fear Miss America. Frank Johnson of Hamden, the owner. Alex Hawk driving. And the 4, Maddie's Delight, over the SCP stable of Canton, Georgia. David Young in the sulky. Field of 3 here. 2 Filly Pacers will be off the gate shortly.
Oh, here comes Miss Maddie's Delight. Now you can see her. So Sunshine Player and Brady Clemens have the rail. This was a Buckeye Classic sale purchase for $3,000. Eric Nesselrod trains, and Susan Offenberger from Beverly, Ohio owns. This is a Strong Player filly out of a Sunshine Beach mare, Sunshine Molly. 9 starts on the year, has not won yet, but has 4 seconds and 3/3. So been racing really well. Last week at Caldwell, finished 4th, timed in 2:5 but 3 starts back at Rock Springs was 2nd, right there. A mile in 2:2, or her time was 2:2 Come last quarter in 27:4. Also finished 2nd at Athens in 2:3 and at Piketon in 2:1. The 2 Miss Dragon is a scratch. The 3 Fear Miss America, Alex Hawk drives for Earl Owings. Frank Johnson from Hamden, Ohio is the owner. This is a Fear the Dragon filly out of a Captain Treacherous mare, Femme d'American. 7 starts on the year, 2/3. Last start at Caldwell finished 3rd, was timed in 2:5 but at Piketon she also finished 3rd and was timed in 2:3 And the 4 is Maddie's Delight. David Young up for Steve Carter. This filly has 10 wins on the year out of just 11 starts and 1/3, and that 3rd was in the Next Generation, the $150,000 race. So Maddie's Delight and David Young from the 4. Here they come down the stretch, so we're going to turn it over to Steve Cross.
Let's start. Here they come. And they're off. Maddie's Delight hustles right out, grabbing the early lead. A Sunshine Player has the inside advantage here as they race side by side around the first turn. Meantime, Fear Miss America comes out, lagging back a bit in 3rd. Onto the backstretch they step, and they race over to the first quarter-mile station with Maddie's Delight, David Young leading the way there by a length. Sunshine Player to the inside is following closely in 2nd then. Fear Miss America has closed the gap nicely 3rd as they reach that first quarter-mile station with Maddie's Delight there in 30-1. Maddie's Delight coming in with 10 wins and 11 starts thus far in her young career. She leads the way here for David Young and leads by a 2. Sunshine Player to the inside and Brady Clemens following along in 2nd. Hawk has Fear Miss America next in 3rd as they come to the halfway point. Maddie's Delight, the lather-up filly. They're under wraps by 2. Sunshine Player to the inside. Continues to follow in the second with Fear Miss America next to third. The half 101 for fifths. They race over to the back stretch, and Maddie's Delight yet to be challenged here as Clemens continues to wait with his Sunshine Player. They're on the back stretch now as they approach the 3/4 mile marker. Fear Miss America on the inside is third. They arrive at 3/4, and Maddie's Delight beginning to inch clear here, length and a half, nearly 2. Sunshine Player in a hot pursuit in second now as they pass 3/4 at 1:33. They round the final turn. Maddie's Delight looking to score another here as she leads by 2, nearly 2.5. Sunshine Player to the inside is all out chasing in second with less than an eighth of a mile to go. They make the turn. It's Maddie's Delight. Maddie's Delight just cruising along here. Sunshine Player comes to the outside, but Maddie's Delight will sprint away at the wire. Maddie's Delight in front with Sunshine Player and Fear Miss America. Final time, 2:08 and 4. 2:03, I'm sorry, 2:03 and 4.
That mile in 2:03 and 4, giving Maddie's Delight her 11th win of the year out of just 12 starts. And as we said, the 1/3 that she had, the one time she did not win was in the Next Generation, which was July 6th, I believe, at Scioto Downs. This filly is sitting first in the Buckeye Stallion Series points, and before today she was 7th in the Ohio Fair Championship points. Maddie's Delight is also a full sister to All Lathered Up, mark of 56, and a half sister to Miss Maddie P, 155, and Riley Rue, 152. So certainly comes from a very good family. Maddie's Delight's just racing absolutely great.
And 101 for fifth, 133 for
3/4, and I give a final time 2:03 for fifths. Results are official. 2 scratched, 3 and 1 from the top down. Coming up in the 7th race. Race 7, no changes. 3-year-old trotting Colts and Gelding, second division. Bring them out right away, please.
Race 7, please bring him out right away.
We've got Ben Lindsay there in the winner's circle in the red shirt, the caretaker and trainer for Steve Carter. Waiting for Maddie's Delight to come back. He's going to give her a good pet.
Trackside winner of the 6th race, scoring at least her 7th consecutive win. She's now 11 of 12 lifetime. A daughter of Lather Up by the Moonlight Delight by Western Hanover. Owned by the SCP stable of Canton,
Georgia Steve Carter trains David Young, the winning driver. Maddie's Delight scoring today in 2:03 for fifths.
That mile in 2:03 and 4. Maddie's Delight does have a record this year as a 2-year-old of 155 and 2, taken at Scioto Downs. I was mentioning Ben Lindsay in the winner's circle, and out before the races started, he was out on the track, walking the track, picking up stones. They hadn't raced here, hadn't planned on racing here today, so there was probably a few things out on the track, but he was making sure that the track was safe for his horses. So kudos to Ben for going out on the track and making sure everything was right. Congratulations to Maddie's Delight, 11th win of the year. 7th race coming up is the second of 2 divisions, a 3-year-old Colt Trot. Going to go for $5,855. We just have 4 in it, so we'll be back to talk about those 4 in a few minutes.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC oil. It makes a world of difference.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Okay, welcome back to the Marietta race program being held here at McConnellsville. We will be racing at McConnellsville in just next week. Let me check my Huffs guide. Yeah, McConnellsville we race on Friday and Saturday. This is coming up Friday and Saturday, both post times at 1. So to let you know what's coming up, we've got Richwood, Canfield, and Marietta today. Then on Wednesday, Tuesday, we have Wauseon. Wauseon had their first race day on Saturday, and then they're coming back on Tuesday for their second race day. Kenton on Wednesday and Thursday, McConnellsville Friday and Saturday. And then the next week we get really busy. We've got Worcester on Tuesday and Wednesday. That'll be September 10th and 11th. And also on Tuesday and Wednesday, we have Upper Sandusky. Old Washington races all of their races on one day, September 11th, as well as Montpelier, one day, September 11th. Their post time is 1 o'clock. Old Washington's 12:30. So lots of racing on that Wednesday. We're going to have, 12:30 post time at Old Washington, 1 o'clock at Montpelier, 12 o'clock at Worcester, and then 5 o'clock at Upper Sandusky. So lots of racing. I know Chris Santagatrina is going to be doing a double header that day. He's going to have to get all the stuff ready and then break it all down really quickly and go to Upper Sandusky that night. So a lot of work to get all 4 cards of those to you guys. Welcome everybody that's watching. Got Chad from Malta, Jason from Cecil, Justin from Scioto. Now Scioto's having a special Labor Day card today too. Kent from Kenilworth, Ontario. Frank from DeLand, Florida. David from Haydenville. So we certainly welcome everybody that's watching this Marietta program here at McConnellsville.
Bring out that 7th race. We only need 4 horses. We need your right away, please.
So we don't have any pari-mutuel wagering here, so they are running these races off as quickly as can, giving everybody a chance to warm up in between, but also running them pretty quick. What time it is? It's 2:30, so we've been through 6 races in just an hour and a half, so they are buzzing through them. We've got a track photographer here that is doing the pictures right here. So if you get a win photo right here, you can just go right next to the program or right next to the grandstand, and he will print out your program or your pictures right away. Our superintendent of speed at Marietta is Ron Offenberger. So he was the guy that arranged to get it up here and race these races at McConnellsville. Bill Crichton is our presiding judge. Rod Newhart, our clerk and charter. Winner Pictures is the photographer. Mike Webkenberg, starting gate. But it is the Ingrams, John and Tiffany Ingram, doing the actual starting, and Steve Cross, our announcer.
Last horse is on his way, gentlemen. Keep it together in that first turn.
Okay, so the horses are gathering up. We've just got 4 of them. Commander Tom and David Young II from the rail. This is a Steve Carter trainee owned by Jay Mossberger, B4, D. Stanton, and M. Kemper. Everybody's from Ohio. This is a long Tom out of a Cantab Hall mare, For the Love of Lindy. This is bred at Midland Acres. And this horse has had 2 wins on the year. The fastest of those was 2-1 at Wilmington on a good track. Had a mark of 58-4 as a 2-year-old.
Trotters on the track for the 7th, second division, 3-year-old colts and geldings. One is Commander Tom, owned by Mossberger. B4, Stanton and Kemper of Ohio, David Young, the driver. The 2 is Adela Grande, owned by Cheryl Vignon of Williamstown, West Virginia, Brady Clemens. 3, Joyful Tom, owned by Barney Dillon and Donna Weber. Vicky Fry drives. 4 is Jurassic Justice, owned by Jerry Welch, and Mike Lowe of McConnellsville. Mike Lowe is in the sulky. That's a field of 4 here in the second division for trotting colts and geldings.
Number 2 in this 7th race is Della Grande. Brady Clements will drive for Charles Vigneron. Cheryl Vigneron is the owner, and she also bred this colt. It's by Della Cream out of a Triumphant Caviar mare, Triumphant Swing. No wins on the year. 1 second, that was just last week at Caldwell, was individually timed in 2, 4, and 3. Was also timed in 2-4 at Woodsfield and 2-4 and 4 at Zanesville. Did win a qualifying race earlier this season at the Meadows in 159-2. Had 5 wins as a 2-year-old, earned $27,000 plus as a 2-year-old, and had a mark of 2, 1, and 3 at Northfield Park. Joyful Tom, Vicky Fry up for trainer owner Barney Dillon. Donna Weber also co-owns this horse along with Barney. This is a long Tom colt out of a Trot for Joy mare, Eggy's Joy. Has 6 starts this year, 2/3. Has been making breaks in almost every start that we can see. Did finish 5th at Woodsfield and was timed in 2-6. Jurassic Justice and Michael Lowe have the 4-hole. Michael is also the trainer and co-owner along with Jerry Welch, who was the breeder. This horse has had 10 starts this year, 5 wins, the fastest of those 56-3 at Soda Downs. Most recent win was at Woodsfield in 2, 2, and 4. His sitting 10th in the Ohio Fair Championship points. Let's turn it over to Steve Cross for the call of the 7th race here at McConnellsville.
Second division, 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings enters the stretch for the start. Here they come.
Race 7.
End of it off. Jurassic Justice trots right out, quickly crosses over and grabs the lead as they race into the first turn. Jurassic Justice takes the lead as they reach the first 8th mile marker. To the inside, to Della Grande coming back now and playing a little hardball there as they straighten away on the back stretch. Meantime, Commander Tom back on the inside, about 3 lengths third, and another 3-4 lengths to Joyful Tom. Heading over to the quarter-mile marker, and Mike Lowe has Jurassic Justice on the front, leading the way there. The lead is now a length and a half. Della Grande to the inside will follow along there in the second as they trot to the first quarter-mile marker. Opening a panel was 30 3/5. Jurassic Justice, the field now nose to tail as they come down past the stands. He leads here by a length. Della Grande to the inside. Trots in second, Commander Tom. Next in line with the Joyful Tom watching for the back of the seat here as they come to the half. It's Jurassic Justice by a length. Della Grande to the inside with Commander Tom and Joyful Tom gapping a bit in fourth. Halfway home in 102 and 2. It's Jurassic Justice. The Volstead Gelding leading by a length. Della Grande to the inside is still there within striking distance in the second. As he bides his time patiently, they race to the 3/4 mile marker. Commander Tom is just 3.5 lengths off the leader now as they arrive at 3/4. Joyful Tom is right there in fourth. A flawless field of four here as they approach the 3/4 with Jurassic Justice leading every step of the way. It's Jurassic Justice. Earplugs are out now. 3/4 and 133 and 1. Jurassic Justice with Della Grande coming to the outside is Commander Tom. David Young gives him the green light as they make the turn, trotting for home with less than an eighth of a mile to go. Jurassic Justice now under attack. Della Grande, Commander Tom to the outside. Final 16th here. It's Jurassic Justice as Commander Tom rallies quickly, but he's too little too late. Jurassic Justice goes gate to wire. Commander Tom finishes second, Della Grande third with Joyful Tom, 2:04, 1/5.
So that mile in 2:04 and 1, Jurassic Justice gets his 6th win of the year, 6 out of 11.
We are ready for the 8th race, race 8.
Looked like he was,
Please bring out the 8th right away.
Commander Tom was coming at him down the stretch, but Jurassic Justice just kept on going right there. Really kind of a nice finish race. We've had some spread out races at the finish, so this was a nice close race for the fans here in the stands. So unofficially, Jurassic Justice, your winner. Commander Tom second, Della Grande third, and Joyful Tom fourth. All pretty close, and I think that they all stayed flat. I didn't see any one of them make a break, so that was a really nice field of 3-year-old colt trotters. And here comes Jurassic Justice back to the winner's circle. Jerry Welch and Michael Lowe are the owners.
Some geldings of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Talented trotter here by the name of Jurassic Justice, who's now won 6 of 11 thus far this season. The flawless son of Volstead that of Vamp Hall by Like a Prayer is a homebred owned by Jerry Welch of Waterford and Michael Lowe McConnellsville. Lowe, the trainer and driver today. Jurassic Justice. Now 7 of 21 lifetime, trotting today's mile in the 2:04, 1/5. Results official, Commander Tom is second, Della Grande third, Joyful Tom fourth, and Jurassic Justice the winner. 2-3, 4-1. The opening quarter was 30-3. The halftime, 102-2. 3/4, 133, 1/5, and again the mile, 2:04, 1/5. Upcoming 8th race, driving the 2 Splash Dragon is Alex Hawk. Field of 4, race 8. We need you out right away, please.
Lots of happy people down in the winner's circle greeting Jurassic Justice. So a nice, they had a lot of people on that golf cart coming across the track.
Up in the 8th race, he does it.
So Jurassic Justice, 6th win of this year. The 8th race coming up is the second of 2 divisions of the 3-year-old Colt Pacers, going for a purse of $5,908. We'll talk about these 4 horses when we come back.
Washington County Fair in Marietta, Ohio has history dating all the way back to 1826. Residents had organized a local agricultural society a decade prior and finally decided a day-long street fair was exactly what they needed to celebrate their local farmers. Premiums were given to the best livestock and crops, but Washington County didn't stop there. Congruent with the times, $10 was also given to the man who had harvested the most wolves that year. Fairs continued like this for 20 years. It wasn't until 1851 when the first modern Washington County Fair, as we know today, was held. Fairs continued on like this for 20 years. It wasn't until 1851 when the first modern Washington County Fair was held. It was then that the fair shifted its focus to the racetrack. Records show that the best horses from Washington County during the late 1800s were two studs by the names of Wild Wagner and Prince. The 1892 release of Wallace's Yearbook of Trotting and Pacing shows Wild Wagner making a mark in 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Today, the track record is 158-3, set in 2001 by Cam and Sam's Rick. The Washington County Fair is a member of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. They host 2 afternoons of live-action harness racing.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
Okay, welcome back to the Washington County Fair from Marietta, which is being held in McConnellsville. So the fair is still going on down there at Marietta, but the track was just in a kind of rough shape after the large amount of rain. The front part of the track was just underwater. They worked really, really hard at it to try to get it all straightened out. But with rolling the dirt over out to the outside of the track, they graded it and scraped all that dirt over. Between that and just the kind of waviness that was on the track, there was no way that the gate could go. And they did discuss maybe having a gentleman's start, but they decided that, oh, heck, we'll just load everything up and drive 45 minutes up here to McConnellsville. McConnellsville Fair Board said, yep, come on up. So it was, even though their fair does not start till tomorrow, they had a lot of tractors and all sorts of stuff moving in here today to get ready for their fair. And we were grateful that a few of the food stands opened up for the fans that came to McConnellsville from Marietta, and quite a few people came. It was kind of surprising how many people made the trip over here. But it just goes to show you how harness racing fans, especially fair fans, they just want to watch the racing, so they will just come anywhere.
Putting in one more horse, Dragon's Better. I'd like to thank the track crew today for their diligent work in preparing the surface. Andy Kucherenko doing the duties with the drag, and Dan Lommers with the water truck duties.
David Myrick has joined us, so welcome, David. He said the judge, Mike Lowe, horse should know this race. I think Mike trains here, and I think you are correct. Mike Lowe is a judge. There was a story about him, about how he is a judge, but this is kind of his release. This is what he likes to do, is drive racehorses. So I don't know how many judges there are out there that are also harness racing drivers. Kind of interesting. David said the Lowe name is tied very close to this track, remembering his old friend Dwayne Lowe, who trained many good trotters here. We want to welcome everybody that's watching our feed. I'm going to guess that Canfield is over now, but we're also racing at Richwood today.
And here come the horses for the 8th race. Southern Valley Colt Circuit, 2nd Division, 3-year-old pacing colts and geldings. The one is Ferguson, owned by the Melrose Stable of Hopewell. John Ryan Melcheimer, the driver. 2, Splash Dragon, owned by Andrew Velsonak of Byesville. Driver's change. Actually, the driver to be announced is Alex Hawk. Alex Hawk of the 2. 3 Dragons Better, owned by the partnership of Friedland, Lindsay, and Carsey. David Young drives. The 4 is Legend of a King, owned by Sean Mayhew of Circleville. Christian Myers in the sulky. It's the 2nd Division, 3-year-old pacing colts and geldings.
So the 1 horse, Ferguson, John Ryan Melcheimer, is the driver, trainer, and Melrose Stables from Hopewell, Ohio, the owner and breeder. This is a Racing Hill out of One Wild Woman, who is by Towner's Big Guy. This horse has raced 5 times this year, did not start as a 2-year-old, and has had 1 win. That was at Scioto Downs in a horse and gelding non-winners of 1 condition claimer. Won that in 53-4, so really nice mile. The very next week, raced at Scioto Downs again, finished 4th, but was timed in 52-4, coming the last quarter in 28-4. And I neglected to say that mile that he won in 53-4, he came home in 27-3. So I'm going to say that this colt can really close. Came to Woodsfield, finished 4th. And at Caldwell made a couple breaks around the quarter pole and ended up finishing distanced. Splash Dragon, the 2 horse, Alex Hawk will drive for trainer Ed Ryder. Andrew Velselneck from Byesville, Ohio, is the owner. It's a Fear the Dragon out of the Ponderosa mare, sugar-coated. 10 starts on the year, has not hit the board yet. The last start out, raced at Northfield Park, did finish back, but paces mile in 57-4. Dragons Better was a $22,000 purchase at the Ohio Selected Sale. David Young will drive this colt for Steve Carter. Alan Friedland from Brooklyn, New York, William Lindsay from Londonderry, and T. Carsey from Napoleon all own this Fear the Dragon out of a Better Than Cheddar mare, Better Than Graduate. 16 starts on the year, 2 wins. Also had a qualifying win in 55-4 at Miami Valley. This colt had a record last year as a 2-year-old of 53-1 at Scioto Downs. 2 wins on the year, as I said. 3 starts back, raced at Scioto Downs and finished back, but was timed in 54-1, coming the last quarter in 28 seconds flat. Legend of a King, Christian Myers up for Sean Mayhew. Sean is also the owner and the breeder of this bit of a legend and colt. It's out of an All-American captor mare, King by Mistake. This horse has had 5 starts in the year, has not hit the board yet, but last week at Zanesville, finished 5th, was timed in 2-3-1, and was in a qualifier at Scioto in early August. Finished 6th, but paced in 2-2-3. The horses are headed to the gate, so we're going to turn it over to our announcer, Steve Cross.
Hey, don't. I've got money to give you and stuff once we're all done.
3-year-old pacing colts and geldings. Field of 4 in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch for the start. Here they come. Through off and pacing Ferguson stepping out, grabbing the lead. Splash Dragon to the inside, coming away in 2nd. Legend of a King is rough gated to the outside, and sliding through on the inside is Dragons Better. Couple of breakers there, the first turn. Splash Dragon, Legend of a King, both off stride and both back pacing now, leaving Ferguson out there all by himself. And second to the inside then is Dragons Better. So they arrive at the first quarter mile marker. It's Ferguson leading the way. Dragons Better slowly reeling in that leader. Inside, racing in the third then, it's a Splash Dragon and Legend of a King. 30 seconds flat to that opening quarter time as they make their way through the upper turn. It's Ferguson and John Ryan Melchheimer leading the way. The Racing Hill Gelding leads by 2.5, nearly 3, but closing in quickly now is Dragons Better as David Young drives right up behind the leader. Meantime, for the back in the third, it's a Splash Dragon, Legend of a King behind him as they pass the halfway point. Ferguson has led from the start and has led to the half in 101 and 2. It's Ferguson. The lead is 2.5, nearly 3 now. Inside, chasing in second is Dragons Better. And steadily closing in on the leaders, Legend of the King. He's third with Splash Dragon. After a brief break, is back to fourth. They pace to the 3/4 mile marker, and Ferguson still there, uncontested. But Dragons Better is set to go as he chases in second, 3/4 and 131 and 4 around the turn. And there goes Ferguson. Ferguson stepping it up now as he opens up by 3. Ferguson, Dragons Better to the inside with Legend of the King, Splash Dragon as they come to the wire. It's Ferguson, and Ferguson has had it his way every step of the mile. Ferguson never under contention, will win drawing away. Ferguson in front with Dragons Better, and Legend of the King, Splash Dragon, finishes fourth, the mile in 2 minutes, 1/5.
A nice fast mile for these 3-year-old colt pacers, 2 minutes and 1/5. Ferguson gate to wire was never, didn't seem to be any doubt when Dragons Better did get a little close. Ferguson just kind of hit another gear and took off again. So this is the second win of his young career. This horse, Ferguson, did not start last year, so this was his 6th start today. And as we talked about earlier, he went to Scioto Downs and was timed in 52 and 4 there. So this colt certainly has enough speed.
We're ready for you.
Dragons, unofficially, I had Dragons Better second. Legend of a King came back after that break and finished third. And Splash Dragon was fourth. Splash Dragon made a couple breaks. Made a break in the first turn, and then when he hit that turn again the second time around, made another break there.
Pickett at the Washington County Fair in McConnellsville. It's the one Ferguson. Ferguson, a 3-year-old gelding on a Racing Hill. At a One Wild Woman by Tanner's Big Guy. Homebred is under the Melrose stable of Hopewell, Ohio. John Ron Melchheimer, the two-timer here with as trainer and the driver. It is just the 6th lifetime start for the 3-year-old rookie Ferguson as he goes gate to wire, cruising today's mile in 2 minutes, 1/5. Fractional times of 30 seconds, 101 2/5, 3/4 time, 131 and 4, and again the mile, 2 minutes and 1, and this, the second lifetime win for Ferguson. Ferguson the winner, Splash Dragon was 4th, Dragons Better 2nd, and Legend of a King was 3rd, 1, 4, 2, and 3. So the upcoming 9th race, we'll wrap up the first card of the day, race 9, free-for-all trotters, no changes. We are ready for the field of 4. Bring him right out, please. Race 9, we're waiting for you.
So that is 8 races in the books for the Sunday Marietta card. Next race coming up is the finale of that card, the Pioneer City Trot. Free-for-all trot, we've got 4 in it, and we'll talk about all 4 when we come back.
Kevin, 4 Mead, bring your start. 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 4 Mead, bring your
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale, Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale, a live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a two-time world champion, along with 2019 jug winner Southwind Ozzy, a son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
I'm talking about horse sales coming up. We already had the Blooded Horse sale on August 27th, where there was quite a few yearlings sold. The next one coming up is the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at the Pickaway Agricultural and Events Center in Circleville, Ohio, Friday, September 13th. So a big sale there. I think there's 277 yearlings in there. Yes, 277. So a lot of great yearlings here. They're going to have a yearling show day, which is going to be held on Thursday, September 12th. They're going to have complimentary food will be served from 4 to 6 p.m. So you can come on that Thursday, which is only not that far away. Today's the 2nd, so just 10 days away. You can go in and inspect all the yearlings and then have some food. And then I know that Scioto Downs is going to start their program a little later that night to make sure to be able to accommodate all the trainers and people that are at the yearling show day. So they're going, or I'm sorry, that's on Friday. They're going to start a little bit later. Make sure that everybody can get to the races and everybody can buy as many horses as they need or want to, whatever that comes. See, David Myrick said that Frank's horse Poster Pets won the Canfield Pacing Derby. Matt Clark said that he posted that on our Facebook page, so congratulations to Frank and Poster Pets. They're racing really good lately, and so much fun for Frank and his partners, the Bills Mafia. They are so excited about Poster Pets racing good now. It's kind of a really fun thing. So the 9th race coming up, as we said, is the Pioneer City Trot. And I looked in the 1967 Huff's Guide, and they had the Pioneer races back then. Also, it's just that back then they went 2 heats, and they went the first heat a mile, and the second heat they went 1.25 miles. So these horses in these Pioneer races today will only be racing a mile. But the Pioneer City Trot is up next, and then coming up at the end of the Monday's card from Marietta will be the Pioneer City Pace. So CV's Serena and Alex Hawk have the rail. This is a 4-year-old mare by Enterprise out of a Muscle Massive. This is a 4-year-old mare by Enterprise out of a Muscle Massive mare, Charmed and Dangerous. Richard Owings is the owner. He's from MacArthur in Ohio. This horse has had 55 starts, 17 wins, 9 seconds, and 3/3. Has earned $87,000. Has a 3-year-old mark of 158-1 at Dayton, and a mark this year and 59-2 at Miami Valley. MJ's Liberty Valance, the pride and joy of Mary Jo Bross from the 2-hole with Brady Clemens up. Doyle Bross is the trainer and the owner. He is a 7-year-old gelding by Wishing Stone out of the striking Sabra mare Tavetta. 174 lifetime starts, 25 wins, 28 seconds, and 23 thirds. Earnings of $144,836. A mark as a 5-year-old of 155-3 at Dayton. But as a 6-year-old, he had a mark of 157 at Dayton, and as a 7-year-old, 156 at Miami Valley.
Here are the horses for the 9th race, free-for-all trotters, racing 1 mile. Purse of $1,000. The one is CV Serena, owned by Richard Owings of MacArthur. Alex Hawk, the driver. 2 MJ's Liberty Valance, owned by Doyle Bross of West Portsmouth, Brady Clemens. 3 is Father Time, owner-driver Mike Lowe of McConnellsville. And the 4 is Uncle Joe, laced and driven by Shelby Cheadle of Londonderry. Field of 4 free-for-all trotters underway shortly. It's the Pioneer City Trot.
We were talking about Liberty's Valance. Liberty Valance has been racing at the fairs, Signature Series, and free-for-alls, kind of back and forth between the two of those kinds of races. It's five wins on the year already. Father Time, Michael Lowe drives. Michael also trains and owns. And Michael's from right here in McConnellsville. This is a 7-year-old gelding by Uncle Peter out of a Yankee Glide mare. Keep Me in Mind. This horse has had 128 lifetime starts with 34 wins, 18 seconds, and 12 thirds. Earnings of $191,000 plus. A mark last year as a 6-year-old of 154-4. Has not won yet this year, but has had 1 second and 2 thirds. Been raced at the Meadows, Miami Valley, Meadows, and Scioto, and so he hasn't raced much since May. Last race at Scioto was May 31st. Then he took some time off and just started back at Caldwell on August 27th. Uncle Joe, Shelby Cheadle, is the driver, trainer, and leasee. This is an 8-year-old Uncle Peter out of an SJ's photo mare, Liz. 11 starts this year, 4 wins, 1 second, 1 third. Earnings of $7,700, a mark of 57-4 at Scioto Downs. Did not start as last year in 2023, and it's only had 79 starts lifetime. So I looked this horse up, a little curious. First of all, his name, Uncle Joe, there are 4 horses registered with that name. Foals of 1942, 1968, 1993, and 2016. Uncle Joe did not race in 2023, only had 7 starts in 2022, and he was very lightly raced each year from 2018 to 22, mostly at the Ohio Fairs. So let's turn it over to Steve Cross for the call of the Pioneer City Trot.
Uncle Joe. Here they come. And the Rolf veteran trotter stepping away. CV's Serena to the inside, and Jay's Liberty Valance right there alongside as they step into the first herd. Father Time and Uncle Joe, the next 2, as they make the swing. They step onto the backside, and it's CV's Serena down the straightaway by 2. MJ's Liberty Valance on the inside. Trots in second, Father Time, and Uncle Joe at the back. In numerical order here as they arrive at the first quarter-mile markers. CV's Serena leading the way for Alex Hawk. The lead is a length. MJ's Liberty Valance on the inside. The 7-year-old gelding is right there following the mare in second. They reach the first quarter in 30 and 2/5. Meantime, Father Time and Mike Lowe trotting along in the third spot there. Then it's the veteran Uncle Joe, the 8-year-old gelding here trailing the field, racing in fourth as they straighten away coming down past the stands with CV's Serena unchallenged here as MJ's Liberty Valance continues to wait in the second. Father Time yet to call from third, and Uncle Joe right there close in the fourth, a half and 102. Off the turn to the backstretch they go with CV's Serena. CV Serena, a neck short last time out as they make the turn going to the 3/4 mile marker. CV Serena leading every step of the way, 2 lengths to the good. MJ's Liberty Balance set to go from second, beginning to chase in second now. Father Time swings to the outside, and Father Time give it the green light by low as they arrive at the 3/4 mile marker. CV Serena by 2.5. MJ's Liberty Balance to 3/4 and 132. Now Uncle Joe and Cheadle need racing room as they look to trot through to the inside. Father Time comes calling on the outside, but is dropping back as they make the turn with less than 1/8 of a mile to go. CV Serena to the outside comes MJ's Liberty Valance to the inside. Uncle Joe, Father Time rallies back, and here he comes. Father Time, CV Serena. CV Serena hangs on to win. Father Time rallies for the second spot there with MJ's Liberty Balance and Uncle Joe. Trotted the mile in 2:02, 1/5.
A real nice finish for that race. CV Serena held on for the win. Father Time got up to be second, and MJ's Liberty Valance third. Uncle Joe finished fourth that mile in 2:2 and 1. Off a half in 1:02, so last half in 1 minute and a 1/5. Very nice mile for these free-for-all trotters. These nice old horses that get to race in the Signature Series. This particular one was not a Signature Series, but we do have, I think it's at 37 different fairs, race horses that can race in the Signature Series. It's just such a great series for older horses. 36 participating fairs, excuse me. So here comes CV Serena. Earl Owings, the trainer, Richard Owings, the owner. A 4-year-old mare by Enterprise. This was her 56th lifetime start, 18th lifetime win.
Trot, the Pioneer City Trot, CV's Serena, 4-year-old daughter. The 4-year-old mare beats the boys here in a 2:02.1. Daughter of Enterprise, out of Charmed and Dangerous by Muscle Massive, owned by Richard Owings of MacArthur. Earl Owings, the trainer Alex Hawks, is his third winner of the day. It is win number 2 for the season, CV's Serena. Trotted them out in 2:02, 1/5. Official results, CV Serena the winner, MJ's Liberty Balance was third, Father Time up for second, Uncle Joe finished fourth. 1:3.24, quarter time and 30 2/5. The halftime 1:02, 3/4 1:32, and the final time 2:02, 1/5. So that wraps up the first program of the day. We'll go right into the second program of the day, the yellow card, if you will, which was scheduled for today at the Washington County Fairgrounds in Marietta. We are looking for free-for-all pacers, race 1. Bring him out, please. Ready for the first. Bring him out.
Okay, so as Steve said, that does conclude the Sunday program from Marietta. We're going to roll right into the Monday's program. We just have a short program, just 6 races. We've got the Pioneer City Pace. We're going to come back with that first. So the Pioneer City Pace. And I'm sorry, Chris, are we going to go to a commercial break now? Okay. Well, yeah, let's take a commercial break, and then we're going to be back with the second card here from Marietta, racing at McConnellsville.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Freshman Focus. A look at 2-year-olds in training across the Buckeye State. Freshman Focus is presented by El Dorado Scioto Downs, now racing Tuesday through Saturday, post time 5:45. By Sugar Valley Farm. Looking for your next quality standard-bred racehorse? Look no further than Sugar Valley Farm in Delaware, Ohio. And by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, caring down to a science. And now here's your host, Roger Houston.
Welcome to another edition of Freshman Focus. We're in Radnor, Ohio at the farm of Chris Beaver. And after this message, we'll sit down and talk with Chris Beaver about his Ohio 2-year-olds in training. Welcome back to Freshman Focus. We're here with Chris Beaver today. And Chris, start right off. You've been a busy man of late.
Oh, well, at least I've got some help to help me get it done. Yeah.
You went to, what, Plain Ridge the other day?
Yep, we raced in the Battle of Bunker Hill there last Thursday.
Why did you go up to Plain Ridge?
There's a large gap in the Ohio Sire Stakes.
Okay, as we said, if you're looking for the program for the next 6 races, that will be in the Monday Marietta program. If anybody's just joining us, just so you know, we're racing these 2 Marietta programs here at McConnellsville. 6 races in this second card, 32 horses, including the Pioneer City Pace. So this free-for-all pace is going to go for $1,000. Talk about some of these horses because there are 7 in it. The 1, Sir Shuffle, Brady Clemens drives for Robert Roche. R&R Standardbreds from Canton, Ohio are the owners. This is a Roan Gelding, 7 years old, by Mr. Wiggles. He's had 115 lifetime starts, earned $81,000, took a mark as a 5-year-old of 152-4. Last year as a 6-year-old, took a mark of 55-4 in a qualifier at the Meadows, and has had just 7 starts this year. Been racing at Northfield Park in a non-winners of 1,500 last 4. Hasn't been getting many checks, but he's been pacing in 58-2, 57-1, 56-2. So just pacing good, but just not quite enough to get some good checks. Hillbilly Fairy Tale, Christian Myers drives for Charles Myers. This is an 11-year-old, the Ponderosa Gelding, owned by Charles Myers and Randy and Theodore Stevenson from Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania. This horse has had 240 lifetime starts, 32 wins, 38 seconds, and 30 thirds. 216,680 in purses. has a mark as a 4-year-old of 153 taken at the Meadows. This year, won at Woodstock in 54-1, and last year also won at Woodstock in 55-2. So still pretty fast at age 11. Hooves on the Beach. Timothy Johnson drives. Tommy Voisick is the owner and trainer. This is a 4-year-old gelding by So Surreal. It's had just 39 lifetime starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 4 thirds, almost $27,000 in earnings. A mark this year as a 4-year-old of 157-4 at Northfield Park. Last year as a 3-year-old got a mark of 2 minutes and a fifth at Woodstock. I thought they were coming on, but not quite yet. David Young II drives Sundance Lou from the 4-hole. David is also the trainer and the owner. He is from Chillicothe. This is a brown gelding, 5 years old, by Sunshine Beach out of a Rock and Roll Hanover mare. It's had 82 lifetime starts, 7 wins, 8 seconds, 7 thirds, 112,000 plus in earnings. A mark as a 4-year-old of 152-3. This year he won a race at Miami Valley in 55-2. Kawhi Knott, Alex Hawk drives from the 5-hole. David H. Miller, the trainer and owner. This is a 5-year-old gelding by Southwind Lynx. 13 starts this year. It has not won yet. Did finish second at Northfield. And has earned almost $5,000. And this horse had no starts the prior year and must have not started before that either as a 2, 3, or 4-year-old because he only has 13 starts lifetime. So just starting his career as a 5-year-old. Been racing mostly at Northfield Park in the $10,000 claimer non-winners of 1. And Buzzy Being Bad, Mark Eicher drives, trains, and owns. Mark is from Zanesville, Ohio. This is a mare, a 7-year-old mare by Western Maverick. She has had just 7 starts this year, but has 53 lifetime starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and 7 thirds, $23,000 in earnings. And he marked last year as a 6-year-old of 156-3, taken at Northfield Park. And our 7th horse, Ms. Gray C. Daniel Ayrton is the driver, Marlon Smith, the trainer, and Lori Farnes Smith, the owner. She's from Tomville, Ohio. This is a roan mare, 8 years old, by Van Hanover. 145 lifetime starts, 5 wins, 15 seconds, 14 thirds. Has made almost $64,000. And they took a mark as a 4-year-old of 155. But last year, as a 7-year-old, got a mark of 2, 3, and 2 at Lancaster, which is our final fair of the year. Back a few months ago, when we were at Paulding and Circleville, it seemed like Lancaster was a long ways away, but it's sneaking up on us pretty close now. I think we're still waiting for. Yeah, Joel asked about why is the purse so small, and this is one of those overnights that the fair has, and it doesn't come with very high purses.
The 1 horse on the rebound. Bring him this way, Christian. Here are the horses for the first of the second day. It's the Pioneer City Pace free-for-allers at 1 mile. It's a $1,000 purse. The one is Sir Shuffle by R&R Standardbreds of Canton. Brady Clemens, the driver. 2 is Hillbilly Fairy Tale by Charles Myers, Randy, and Theodore Stevenson of Pennsylvania. Christian Myers aboard. 3, Hooves on the Beach by Tommy Vosek of Mineral City. Timothy Johnson driving. The 4 is Sundance Lou, owner-driver David Young. 5 is Cohen Knott by David Miller of Salesville, Alex Hawk. 6, Buzzy Big Bad, owned and driven by Mark Eicher of Zanesville. And the 7MS Gray C, owned by Lori Furnace Smith of Thornville, Daniel Ayrton in the sulky. It's a field of 7 free-throw pacers in the Pioneer City Pace.
Joel was asking if Marietta is near Northfield Park, and no, Marietta is 11 miles from the West Virginia border. In fact, yesterday, since we got rained out yesterday, we had some extra time, so I actually drove into West Virginia just so I could say I was there. But it's really down south. David Meyer said it's about 2.5 hours south of Northfield Park, and I would say, yeah, all of that, because it's just a long ways. Now, some of the overnight races at the fairs do go for a little bit more. We do have, of course, the Signature Series, and we also have the feature race grants that the OHHA gives out to fairs, so you can apply for having a feature race grant, and sometimes that can bump your purse up a little bit. So if you have a certain race, for instance, like the Canfield Pacing Derby that Frank Franz's horse won today, they applied for a feature race grant. They raised some money, and then they applied for that grant and got a little bit more. And they ended up going for $12,000 today, which is a really big overnight purse at the fair. There's a couple of really big ones in that Signature Series. Of course, the finals at Delaware go for $16,000, but the Canfield Pacing Derby and the Canfield Trotting Derby both go for $12,000. And then we've got the Dick Buxton Trot at the Champaign County Fair that goes for $10,000. We've got some Northfield Park has a Signature Series Trot and Pace that go for $6,000. So there are some of the overnights are a little bit bigger of a purse. But the signature or the feature race grant really helps that a lot. So if you know anybody on a fair board and they want to bump their purses up a little bit for their overnights, have them give us a call at the office and we'll explain how you go about trying to get that feature race grant. The fair committee of the OHHA takes care of that. They make those decisions. They go over all of those applications that come in, and there's a lot of applications, and they do a very, very good job of sorting through all them and make sure that they have followed all of the rules. Your fair does have to put up at least 20% of the purse total, so you can't, you can't ask for like $6,000 and then only put up a couple hundred, so that doesn't work. But there's some rules for it, and very easy to find, very easy to fill out the application, and we'll help you right through it if you're having trouble with it. You can always call us at the OHHA office. So it looks like the horses are headed to the gate. Oh, well, no, the gate is coming around the front, so we're going to see what they're... Oh, looks like somebody has some equipment trouble. The gate is there.
Here, the 7 horse has returned to the barn area with broken equipment.
Okay, so the 7 horse has returned to the barn area.
The judge has scratched the 7 horse. So in field 6 here, they'll be going to the gate shortly.
Joel was asking how many fair tracks are in Ohio. We race at 66 different fairs here in Ohio. So we've got 66 of them, which is kind of amazing to me.
Let's start hooking that second race. Start getting that second race ready. First will be underway in just a minute.
So it sounds like the 7 horse is a scratch. I'm just going to double check on that. It's behind me are the judges. It is for sure? Okay. Okay, so the 7 is a scratch. Chris confirmed that for me. So this is the Pioneer City Pace. From the rail out, we've got Sir Shuffle and Brady Clemens, Hillbilly Fairy Tale and Christian Myers, Hooves on the Beach, Timothy Johnson, Sundance Lou, David Young II, Kawaii Knot, Alex Hawk, and Buzzy Being Bad and Mark Eicher. Let's turn it over to Steve Cross for this first race of the second card from the Marietta Fair held at McConnellsville.
Field of 6. The 7 has been scratched. The gate swings into the stretch for the start. Here they come. And away they go. And Sundance Lou steps out for the early lead. Hillbilly Fairy Tale down to the inside, coming away in second. As they race into the first turn, Buzzy Being Bad coming away third, with Sir Shuffle along the inside fourth. Fifth into the outside, it's Kohan Knot. As they make the turn, they race over to the quarter-mile marker, and up front, and leading the way as they reach the first quarter, it's Hillbilly Fairy Tale. Hillbilly Fairy Tale with Sundance Lou to the outside, racing in second. Hooves on the Beach comes out in the third now as they race past the quarter in 30-2. So it's Hillbilly Fairy Tale still there by a length. Sundance Lou is parked to the outside at the leader's wheel in the second. Hooves on the Beach on the inside, races a third as they come towards the halfway point. And Sundance Lou, an overland trip here, still there alongside Hillbilly Fairy Tale. Locked in behind the leaders is Hooves on the Beach, and coming to the outside, Sir Shuffle is underway now as he moves up first up in the fourth, the half 102 and 3. They race into the turn. It's Hillbilly Fairy Tale, and here comes Sir Shuffle calling on the outside. He's now second on the move. Locked in behind the battling leaders now is Sundance Lou. Hooves on the Beach has been shuffled and locked on the inside. To his outside, Kohan Knot. As they arrive at the three-quarter-mile marker, it's Hillbilly Fairy Tale fending off Sir Shuffle. To the inside, Sundance Lou needs racing room. Kohan Knot is gapping, cover to the outside. He's fourth. Hooves on the Beach back to the inside fifth. 3/4 and 132 and 2. Into the final turn, out of the final turn. Now less than an eighth of a mile to go. Hillbilly Fairy Tale clinging to the lead. Hillbilly Fairy Tale, Sundance Lou with racing room. Outside Sir Shuffle, but it's Hillbilly Fairy Tale. Hillbilly Fairy Tale at the wire. Sir Shuffle getting up for second. Sundance Lou third. Time of the mile, 2:01 3/5.
That mile in 2:01 and 3 off a half in 1:02 and 3, so last half in 59 seconds flat. Hillbilly Fairy Tale. This is his 6th win of the year out of 10 starts. The 11-year-old adds a little bit more money to his $216,000 earnings. This horse has now had 33 lifetime wins. Owned by Charles Myers from Houston, PA, and Randy and Theodore Stevenson from Bell Vernon, PA. Won his last start at Caldwell in 2-1. And the start before that at Woodstock won the Signature Series pace in 2-2 and 1. So here comes Hillbilly Fairy Tale.
Trackside official winner of the
Pioneer City Pace, Free Fallers, number 2, Hillbilly Fairy Tale, an 11-year-old veteran, son of the Ponderosa, out of Cinderella, Hanover, by Betters Delight, the Ohio bred, is owned by Charles Myers of Houston, Pennsylvania, Randy and Theodore Stevenson of Bell Vernon. Charles Myers, the trainer. Christian Myers, the winning driver. Well, number 6 for the season, third consecutive winning of the Signature Series. Earlier, most recently, a free-for-all winner at Caldwell, and today here at the Washington County Fair meet at McConnellsville. Hillbilly Fairy Tale and 201 3/5. Shuffle was second. Hillbilly Fairy Tale the winner. Hooves on the Beach 5. Sundance Lou 3. Colhan Knot 4. And Buzzy Being Bad 6. Top down 2 and 5. 3, 4, and 6. The 7 was scratched. Quarter time 30 and 2. Half time 102 3/5. 3/4 time 132 2. And the final time 201 3/5. Upcoming at second race, driving the 1 Q Dancer is Christian Myers. Field of 4 here in race 2. 3-year-old Philly Pacers, first division. We are waiting for you. Bring them out.
Okay, so the second race of the Monday Marietta card is coming up. It is the first of 2 divisions of the 3-year-old Philly Pacers, a purse of $5,930. We'll talk about all 4 right after this.
The Washington County Fair in Marietta, Ohio has history dating all the way back to 1826. Residents had organized a local agricultural society a decade prior and finally decided a day-long street fair was exactly what they needed to celebrate their local farmers. Premiums were given to the best livestock and crops, but Washington County didn't stop there. Congruent with the times, $10 was also given to the man who had harvested the most wolves that year. Fairs continued like this for 20 years. It wasn't until 1851 when the first modern Washington County Fair, as we know today, was held. Fairs continued on like this for 20 years. It wasn't until 1851 when the first modern Washington County Fair was held. It was then that the fair shifted its focus to the racetrack. Records show that the best horses from Washington County during the late 1800s were 2 studs by the names of Wild Wagner and Prince. The 1892 release of Wallace's Yearbook of Trotting and Pacing shows Wild Wagner making a mark in 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Today, the track record is 158-3, set in 2001 by Cam and Sam's Rick. The Washington County Fair is a member of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. They host 2 afternoons of live-action harness racing.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
Okay, talking about those sales, I was just looking up on the sales catalog. We just talked about Midland Acres, and they will have a bunch in the Standardbred Select sale, the Ohio Selected Jug sale. They have quite a few different horses in that they are consigners, and then they are agent for a lot of horses. A lot of our sponsors for this fair program are the breeders, and without those breeders we wouldn't be any place with racing. And it's just amazing how the breeders in Ohio are just getting better and better horses all along. They're buying better mares, bringing them into the state, and of course the great stallions that are here. Really, the quality of the yearlings is just so great this year. As I said, on the 13th, Friday, September 13th, they're going to have the Ohio Selected Jug Sale. And there's 277 yearlings in there, so probably something within everybody's price range. A lot of nice horses, and on Friday the 12th is the yearling show day, so you can go over there and look at them ahead of time and get them out and look at their videos. A lot of those horses will have videos to view, so great times coming up in September. And we have some sales, I believe, in October and November also. Now, November, we go out to Harrisburg. There's some Ohio sired horses out there. There will be quite a few Ohio sired horses at the Kentucky Selected Sale, too, in Lexington. So lots of yearlings coming up. So this 3-year-old filly Pace coming up. The one horse is Q Dancer. Changed the driver to Christian Myers. Melvin Byler is the trainer. Stephen Butler from Salesville and Eric Butler from Quaker City are the owners. It's a Dancing Yankee filly out of a Dragon Again mare. This horse has had 16 starts this year, 5 wins already, 6 seconds and 3 thirds. So that is 14 out of 16 first, seconds, or thirds.
Here are the horses for the second race, Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 3-year-old pacing fillies. One is Q Dancer, C. Butler and Eric Butler, the owners. Drivers change, Christian Myers. 2 is Forever High by Holly Roche of Wellington, Florida. Brady Clemens drives. 3, Frontier Dragon by Hopper Gray, Sheevan Gray with David Young aboard. 4, Windy Cindy, Melvin Byler, the owner. Alex Hawk in her sulky. First division for the 3-year-old filly pacers, purse of $5,930. They'll be out the gate in just a bit.
Q Dancer, we were talking about, has 5 wins on the year. Last one at Caldwell, won by 7.5 lengths in 2-2-1, coming home in 28-4. Start before that at Woodsfield, won in 2-2-2. Also at Athens in 2-1-4, and that is her mark this year. Athens 2-1-4. Forever High, Brady Clemens up for Robert Roche. Holly Roche from Wellington, Florida is the owner. This is a Nob Hill High out of Perfect End Forever, who's by Stand Forever. 11 starts this year, 2 wins on the year. The last start out was a win at Caldwell in 159-1, coming the last quarter in 29-2. Also won at Scioto on a sloppy track in 156-2. Frontier Dragon and David Young II from the 3. This was a Lexington Selected Sale for $22,000. Steve Carter is the trainer. Hopper, Gray, Shiv, and Gray are the owners of this Fear the Dragon filly. She's out of Real Desire mare, Carol's Desire. 18 starts this year, 5 wins already. Sitting 6th in the Ohio Fair Championship points. I had 2 second-place finishes at Caldwell and Woodstock. 1 at Rock Springs in 2-2-3. Also 1 at Piketon this year in 59-1. They mark as a 2-year-old, 153-2 at Scioto Downs. And the 4, Alex Hawk drives, Windy Cindy. Melvin Byler is the trainer and the owner. This is a Do Me That Again filly out of an Always a Virgin Mary Cinderella story. 5 wins out of 15 starts. Those wins were there was Zanesville, 2 minutes and 4/5, Athens, 2 minutes and 3/5, and Piketon, 2 minutes and 4/5. And her mark was at Northfield of 59-1. 4 fast fillies in this second race. Let's turn it over to Steve Cross.
Three-year-old pacing fillies under the stretch for the start. Here they come. And they're off. 3 wide into the first turn. Q Dancer has the advantage and slips through to take the lead. Outside, Windy City is under a hard drive here, challenging early, and they're between horses as they make the turn to the backstretch. It's Forever High. Lagging behind, the battling trio is Frontier Dragon. Over to the quarter-mile marker. Q-Dancer and Windy City still there driving on as they arrive at the first quarter-mile marker. Forever High tucked in behind the leaders in third. And Frontier Dragon will wait her time as she is pacing fourth. 28 and 2, the opening at quarter time. There's still nose to nose up front. Q-Dancer on the inside. Windy Cindy to the outside as they make the turn. Forever High, right there racing in the third, and Frontier Dragon beginning to close now from fourth. They arrive at the half, and Windy Cindy to the outside is all out with a nose in front. Q-Dancer on the inside. The race is in the second, and Forever High right there in third. Here comes Frontier Dragon, now a contender, as they reach the half and 58 and 4. On to the backstretch they go. Q-Dancer taking the lead here a length. Outside the Windy Cindy. There goes Frontier Dragon now, and David Young gives her the green light. She's underway, and she has come a long ways from fourth. She's third, she's second. Meantime, Forever High still looking for that racing room as they pass the three-quarter-mile marker, and the Dragon, Frontier Dragon, has now taken the lead at 3/4 and 1:30 and 2. Frontier Dragon, your new leader by a length. Q-Dancer still their game of the inside, and now Forever High comes to the outside as she calls from third. As they turn for home with less than an eighth of a mile to go, it's Frontier Dragon to the outside. Forever High. Now these two will score off as they come to the line. It's Frontier Dragon. Frontier Dragon will win. Forever High finishes second with Q-Dancer and Windy Cindy. 2:01 and 1 for the mile.
It was kind of a tough mile with that battle at going to the quarter pole. They battled going in 28 and 2, half in 58 and 4. And a couple of these fillies got a little bit tired coming home. You know, Frontier Dragon, your winner. David Young, the second, drives for Steve Carter. This filly, as we said, was sitting sixth in the Ohio Fair Championship points. 35 lifetime starts. They're 36 now, and 14 wins. At 84,000, so this brings her up to about $87,000 in earnings for her young career. Had a mark as a 2-year-old of 53 and 2, and has taken a mark this year of 59 and 1 at Piketon. Frontier Dragon was a $22,000 purchase, the highest selected sale, and has won now over almost 4 times that much.
Second race, winner number 3, Frontier Dragon. Frontier Dragon, 3-year-old filly by Fear the Dragon, but of Current's Desire by Will Desire. Of the partnership of Hopper, Gray, Sheave, and Gray of Ohio and Kentucky. Steve Carter trains. David Young, the winning driver. That's win number 6 for the season as Frontier Dragon moves from last to first to win today in 2:01 1/5. Results official, Q-Dancer finished third. Forever High was second. Frontier Dragon, the winner, Windy Cindy, finished fourth. Top down, 3-2-1-4. Quarter time, 28 and 2. The half, 58 for fifth. 3/4 and 1:30. And 2/5 and the mile, 2:01 1/5.
So the second race of the Monday card in the books, the third race coming up, is a 2-year-old colt trot. There's only 5 in it. They're going for a purse of $11,185. The 2-horse Hill of Bills will be driven by Lucas Myers. The 4, the owner, Jeremy Moore, will drive all that class. And the 5, Sodbuster, will be driven by Brady Clemens. So with those changes, we'll take a short break and be right back.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. Thestable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. Thestable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
Okay, so welcome back to race number 3 from the Monday Marietta card being held here at McConnellsville. Frank Bright mentioned, I'm ready for Delaware County Fair. I'll be sitting up there a week from Friday. And yes, the Delaware County Fair is right around the corner. It's just 2 weeks from yesterday, I think it starts. Race Sunday through Thursday. So a couple of things, if you're going to be there, make sure you visit us at the OHHA hospitality tent. It is on the backstretch next to the log cabin. So you can come there, and we have donuts in the morning for as long as they last. We've got snacks all day and cold water. You can come in and sit down, and we have some TV so you can watch the races from right in there. We'll have some giveaway stuff. We'll have some OHHA swag, so you can come in and pick up some of that. We're going to try and have something different every day. So the more days you come to Delaware, the more stuff you will get. And something really special for everybody that's been out to the county fairs this year. If you have your passport and you have attended at least 5 fairs, and come to the OHHA tent and show us your passport, and you will get a T-shirt. That does not take precedence over the prizes that we're giving out. We're still going to have a grand prize for the person who was at the most fairs this summer, but this will get you a little bit started. It's a nice T-shirt. So come to the tent, show us your passport. You'll get your stickers there at the tent, because our broadcast area is in the middle of the track, so we can't give you your stickers from there, but we will have someone in the tent on the backstretch. They'll give you your stickers, and like you said, if you've been there, if you've been more than 5 fairs this summer, you will get a T-shirt. And for those of you who can't be to the fair, we've got lots of broadcasting going on. Of course, we'll be broadcasting the races every day, but we will also have a trackside live, some interviews in the morning, and then we will have the countdown to post time about half an hour or an hour before post time each day, where we'll talk about what's going to happen that day and what's going on, maybe a little recap of the day before, some really cool stuff going on. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we have the speaker series in the tent. We'll be talking to some great drivers and trainers. We'll have the Wendy Ross, Roger Houston will be there talking about the Jugette and the Jug. So some really cool things. And if you can't, like I said, if you can be there, as Roger Houston would say. But if you can't, make sure you watch us on the OHHA broadcast. We'll be on Facebook, YouTube, and our Harness Racing Ohio webpage. So lots coming up. So I believe the horses have all gathered. We're going to have the post parade, and here it comes.
And here come the horses for the third of the day, race number 3. Southern Valley Colt Circuit, 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings, purse of $11,185. The one is 80 plus 80, owned by David Miller of Salesville, Christian Myers, the driver. 2 Hill of Bills. David Miller of Salesville, the owner, Lucas Myers aboard. 3 Hughes Arthur, owned by Charles Boland of Jeffersonville, Mr. Boland aboard. 4 is All That Class, the owner, driver, Jeremy Moore of Washington Courthouse. 5, Sodbuster, owned by Jacob Miller of Salesville. Drivers changed to Brady Clemens. So again, changes here in the third. Lucas Myers driving the 2, Jeremy Moore on the 4, and Brady Clemens with the 5. 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings.
Okay, so we'll go over this race kind of fast. 80 plus 80, Christian Myers from the rail for David H. Miller. David is the trainer and the owner. It's a clocked at 80 out of a Lindy Lane mare. 1 win out of 5 starts this year. That was 2 starts back at Woodsfield in 2, 3, and 4. Also has 3 seconds and 1 third, so always on the board. Hill of Bills, Lucas Myers up for David H. Miller. David is also the owner of this one. This is a What the Hill colt out of an Explosive Matter mare. 3 starts on the year, has not hit the board yet, has been distanced in all of his starts. Here's Arthur, Charles Boland up for James Boland Jr. Charles Boland is the owner. It's a Team 6 out of an Equinox by mare. Here's Ethel. Purchased at the Blooded Horse Sale for $6,500. 5 wins on the year out of 12 starts, and also 2 seconds and 2 thirds. Last win was at Rock Springs in 2:11 and 1. Also won at Athens in 2:4 and 4, and Piketon in 2:4 and 1. All That Class, the owner Jeremy Moore drives for trainer James Bolins. It's a Nothing But Class out of a My MVP mare, Miss MVP. Purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $5,000. Horses that had some baking problems, but did stay flat last week at Caldwell. Finished 4th, only back by 9.5, timed in 2:7 and 4. Sodbuster and Brady Clemens from the 5 for J.H. Miller and Jacob H. Miller from Salesville, the owner. It's a Volstead colt out of a Dewey Cheatham and Howe mare, Cerise Hall. Won his last start by 2.5 lengths at Caldwell in 2:06, has 2 seconds and a third, along with that win out of just 6 starts. Let's turn it over to Steve Cross for the call.
Field of 5, 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings, $11,185 on the line here. Here they come. And they're off. 80 plus 80 from the inside. Here's Arthur from between horses, and coming out in the third as they make the turn, Sodbuster. Hill of Bills coming away 4th. The early trailer off stride is All That Class. They're on the back stretch now, and leading the way, it's 80 plus 80 and Christian Myers. But stepping on by now to take that lead is Hughes Arthur. Chuck Boland sending him right to the top, and Hughes Arthur clears by a length and a half. 80 plus 80 back on the inside is second. Along the rail in third, it's Sodbuster. Further back in 4th, it's Hill of Bills. Opening quarter 29 and 4 as the 2-year-old colts trot the far turn. Here's Arthur leading the way by 2. Here's Arthur 80 plus 80 on the inside. Trotting along in the second as they come down past the stands to the halfway point. Here's Arthur, the Team 6 Colts, leading by a length, 80+80, right there on his back in the second. Sodbuster trotting in third, for the back in the fourth. It's Hill of Bills and All That Class. They pass the half in 101 3/5. Into the turn they go, onto the back stretch, and here's Arthur. Here's Arthur making his 13th start here today. He leads the way still a length and a half, nearly 2. 80+80 is gearing up to go from second, with Sodbuster right there on his tail in third. These three tightly packed here as they arrive at the 3/4 mile marker. It's Here's Arthur, and he plugs out now by Myers on 80+80 as he tries to strike from second. 3/4 and 132 and 4. Into the final turn, it's Here's Arthur, 80+80, right there at his wheel in second. Sodbuster beginning to chase from third now as they make the turn with less than an eighth of a mile to go. Here's Arthur, 80+80 to his outside. Here comes Sodbuster to the center of the track. Final 60 to go. Here's Arthur, 80+80, Sodbuster to the wire. Here's Arthur. Here's Arthur with 80+80. Sodbuster was third, the mile in 2:05.
That mile in 2:05. Here's Arthur's 6th win of the year. So that makes him 10 out of 13. First, seconds, or thirds. Earnings of $27,000 and added another almost $6,000 to that. So $33,000 already this year. A Team 6 out of Here's Ethel by Equinox by Charles Bolin. The driver is the owner, and James Bolin Jr., the trainer.
Ready for the fourth race in the barn. Bring out race 4. Race 4, bring him out, please.
Quarter times.
So our co-host on the air this year and today, Jeremy Moore, drove his horse and unfortunately made a bad break in the first turn and ran quite a ways and ended up finishing 5th, but still gets a check. So that's the good part. That's a kind of nice part about 5 in for an $11,000
Official
purse.
winner of the third race, Southern Valley Colt Circuit for Colts and Geldings. Here's Arthur. He records his 6th of his career, trotting today's mile in 2:05. Here's Arthur, a bay colt by Team 6 out of Here's Ethel by Equinox by, bred by Linda Polk of Ohio, owned by Charles Bowen of Jeffersonville, Ohio. Jim Bowen Jr., the trainer, and Charles Bowen, the winning driver. Here's Arthur. Again, trotting the mile in 2:05. Fractional times in the third race, 29 and 4, 1:01 3/5, 1:32 and 4. Official results, race 3 from the top, 80+80 was second. Hill of Bills 4th. Here's Arthur, the winner. All That Class finished 5th, and Sodbuster was 3rd. Top down, 2, 4, 1, 5, and 3.
So that's 3 races in the books. The 4th race coming up is another big purse, as there is only one division of the 3-year-old filly trot. We'll be going for a purse of $11,170. We've got 6. David Young. 6 in it. The 2, Love Me Long Time, put Chuck Bolin up. The 5, Pro Flow, put Lucas Myers. And the 6, Expressive Betty, David Young will drive. We'll be right back to take a look at all 6 after this.
you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Welcome back to McConnellsville, where we're racing the Marietta meet. So we've had a couple questions on air. Joel asked, is it free entry for patrons to attend fair racing? Some fairs you do have to pay to get into. Nobody had to pay today because it's actually the day before the fair starts. So the fair does not start till tomorrow. So there was no charge. Also, though, if you are an OHHA member and you have your membership card, that gets you in free to the Ohio Fair Racing Conference fairs. You can also, if you're part of the other 3 circuits, there's a Buckeye Consortium. So if you have that membership card, that gets you into the rest of the fair. So there's always a way to get in for free. You just have to kind of search for it. And Joel also asked if the purses come from the slots, and yes, they do. At the fairs, the Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, and then the purses, of course, at the Pari-Mutual tracks, some of it comes from the VLTs, or the video lottery terminals. There is a certain percentage. It's kind of a complicated formula how that all breaks down, but all of the racing here in the state does get some money from there. There's also, at the fairs, there's also nominations and entry fees. And, of course, with the Buckeye Stallion Series and the Ohio Sire Stakes, there's always nomination fees and entry fees also. But so kind of a combination of monies coming from different places. The Ohio Fair Funds, they give some money also to the fairs. Not a lot anymore, but they do contribute some. So a lot of different things coming together, because we do have really some great purses at the fairs. If there is only one division, they're going for $10,000, $12,000, $13,000. Of course, if they split it up, then they're going for less. But these 3-year-old trotting fillies are going to be going for $11,170. So we'll talk a little bit about them. Hopeful Dreams and Christian Myers from the rail. David H. Miller trains and owns this long tom filly. She's out of a Sandvik mare, Stand Up Babe. $14,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale. She's had 2 wins out of 12 starts. Her last win was at Rock Springs in 2:11. She also won earlier in the year in Athens in 2:5-1. She also had 2 seconds and 2 thirds. So half of her starts were on the board. Love Me Long Time changed the driver to Chuck Bolin. Eric Nesselrode trains. Joe Nesselrode from Chandersville, Ohio, is the owner of this long tom filly. It's out of a Cayenne Turbo mare, Sittin' Chili. She has also had 12 starts, 2 wins, and 2 seconds. Earnings of $12,880. Her last win was at Woodsfield and that was in 2, 2, and 4. She also won at Piketon in 2, 3, and 4. Unfortunately, Love Me Long Time does have a little habit of making some breaks, so when she stays flat, she's going to be a contender. Dublin's Amarina and Alex Hawk from the 3. Earl Owings is the trainer. Richard Owings the owner. She is an Enterprise filly out of a Muscle Hill mare, Pink Dandelions. I apologize for my coughing. Dublin's Amarina has had 8 starts on the year in 2 seconds. Her last start was a good one at Caldwell, where she cut the mile and just finished second back by 4 lengths in 2, 5, and 1, and did not make a break in that race. Miss Clementine, Brady Clemens up for Eric Nesselrod and Casey Clemens. Another longtime filly out of a Lou's Legacy mare, BV's Legacy. 10 starts this year, 3 wins. She last won at Caldwell in 2, 4, and 2. Start before that at Woodsfield in 2, 3, and 4. We are getting ready for the post parade. So let's turn it over to Steve Cross for that.
On the Rosie sold.
Here are the horses for the 4th race. These are 3-year-old filly trotters. Purse of $11,170. The one is Hopeful Dreams over David Miller of Salesville. Christian Myers drives. The 2 Love Me Long Time, owned by Joe Nesselrode of Chandlersville. Chuck Boland driving. 3 is Dublin's Amarina, owned by Richard Owings with Alex Hawk. 4 Miss Clementine, Casey Clemens the owner. Brady Clemens the driver. 5 Pro Flow, Bill Provost the owner. Lucas Myers picks up the drive. The 6 Expressive Betty. Expressive Betty is owned by Powerline Racing of Salesville. Drivers is David Young. So again, the 6 3-year-old trotting fillies here for $11,170 at the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Chuck Boland on the 2, Lucas Myers drives the 5, and David Young on the 6.
The 5 is Pro Flow. Lucas Myers up for William Provost. William is also the owner. He's from Meadowlands, Pennsylvania. See, Stormin' Norman filly out of a Jailhouse Jesse mare, Summit City Flow. William Provost, who trains, owns, and bred this Stormin' Norman filly. 7 starts on the year, 1 second. Was second at Woodsfield. Trotted in 2, 8, and 3. Earlier this year, raced at the Meadows in a fillies and mares non-winners of 1, and trotted in 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1, and 2, and 2, 1, and 2. So does have some speed on those good pari-mutuel tracks. An Expressive Betty put David Young the second up for J.H. Miller. Powerline Racing Stable from Salesville, Ohio, own this Expressive Action filly. It's out of an SJ's Photo mare, Betty Jean. 2 starts on the year, just 2 starts, had 1 third. That was at Wellston, finished 3rd, and was timed in 2, 7, and 4. Went to Caldwell, made a break at about the quarter pole and finished back, but did trot in 2.9 and 2 on that race. So we've got some fillies that have got some good records, 2-2, 2-3 on the fair tracks. So I think this is going to be a really tight race, providing they all mind their manners. So the gate is rolling, and we're going to turn it over to Steve Cross.
First day I might drive a little bit long. I used to go to Hannibal, Missouri on the first day.
3 older filly trotters, field of 6. 5 at the gate, 1 trailing starter. Here they come. And they're off. Pro Flow flows right out and grabs the lead. Hopeful Dreams to the inside, coming away in second as they angle into the first turn. Miss Clementine trots away third. Off-stride, Love Me Long Time, and on the inside as they race to the backstretch, Dublin San Marino, she was off-stride. They race over to the quarter-mile marker, and out of the pocket comes Hopeful Dreams. Hopeful Dreams to engage the leading. Pro Flow, they reach the first quarter-mile marker with Miss Clementine behind these two in third. Expressive Betty races fourth. Fifth on the inside is Love Me Long Time, and far back the trailer, Dublin Zambarina. 30-1 the opening at quarter time as they trot through the upper turn. Coming down past the stands, coming to the halfway point. And on the front, leading the way, it's Hopeful Dreams. Hopeful Dreams by a length and a half or so. On the inside, Miss Clementine. Off-stride was Pro Flow as they approach the half. So Hopeful Dreams leads a length. Miss Clementine is second. Expressive Betty trots in third. Pro Flow back trotting fourth now. Dublin Zambarina moves up to fifth. The trailer Love Me Long Time, the half at 101 and 2 as they step onto the back stretch. Hopeful Dreams, about to be challenged now. Miss Clementine vacates the pocket, and here she comes to the outside. Miss Clementine stepping right on by a nose, and actually takes the lead a length. And Miss Clementine clears for the lead. Hopeful Dreams finds herself once again second behind the leader. Inside Expressive Betty is well off the leaders in third. For the back in the fourth then, as they enter the turn, it's Pro Flow, the half 132 and 2. They make the turn. Trotting for home with Miss Clementine leading the way. The long Tom filly is out there by 3, now 4 lengths. Hopeful Dreams on the inside, facing in the second. Expressive Betty is rallying from third, but it's Miss Clementine. Miss Clementine at the wire. Hopeful Dreams second, Expressive Betty third. Time of the mile 2:02, 4/5.
So that mile in 2:02 and 4, Miss Clementine gets her 4th win of the season, her 10th win in her lifetime. 2:2 and 4, that drops her mark for this year. She had a mark of 2:3 and 4 at Woodsfield, but now we're down to 2:2 and 4 right here at McConnellsville. 3 horses made breaks, and they finished 4th, 5th, and 6th. So you just need to stay flat. Miss Clementine, this is her 3rd win in a row. 1 in 2, 3, and 4 at Woodsfield, and then 2, 4, and 2 at Caldwell, and now 2, 2, and 4 here. Unofficially, I had Hopeful Dreams 2nd and Expressive Betty 3rd. Joe wondered, with 66 fair tracks, are there many race callers available? And there are not as many. We don't have that many. So we're always looking for somebody to call races, that's for sure. Steve Cross, the one that's here today, actually came from Indiana. He drove 6 hours to get to Marietta to call the races here. So we've got a few guys that do it a lot. Roger Houston calls a lot here. Doug Ballinger does a lot. So it's...
Down to the Southern Valley Colt Circuit at Washington County Fair in McConnellsville. It's the 4 Miss Clementine. Miss Clementine, to be filly by Long Tom. It'll be these Legacy by Lou's Legacy. Homebred filly is owned by Casey Clemens of Malta, Ohio. Eric Nesselrode trains. Brody Clemens in the sulky. Win number 4 for the season, and for the 3-year filly, her 10th lifetime victory. This one in a record time. Trotting today's mile on 2:02 4/5. 4th is official. Results: Hopeful Dreams finished 2nd. Love Me Long Time was 5th. Dublin's Emerina 6th. Miss Clementine, the winner. Pro Flow 4th. Expressive Betty was 3rd. Top down 2, 5, 6, 1, 4, and a 3. Final time, a record time for the filly, 2:02 4/5. Coming up. Race 5, driver changes. The 1 king of the USCA, Tim Johnson. Tim Johnson of the 1. Lucas Myers drives the 4, so Artistic. Chuck Bolin on the 5. Beachmaster Keen. And Christian Myers on the 6, Lou's Boy. Field of 6 for the 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Race 5, we are ready for you. Bring him out.
Okay, so there were your driver changes for the upcoming 5th race. It is the only one division of the 2-year-old Colt Pacers, going for $11,485. And we've got one in here that has had 8 starts, 6 wins, and 2 seconds. So 8 of his 8 first or seconds. So we'll talk about all the horses in this race when we come back.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
We had a question from our friend Joel about the race callers at the Fair Pari-Mutual Tracks call fair races, and occasionally they do. Barry Vickroy is the main race caller, the race caller at Scioto Downs, Dayton Raceway, and Miami Valley, and he occasionally ventures out to the fairs. Doug Ballinger, who does a lot of fairs, also fills in for Barry once in a while. Kenny Livingood is the announcer now up at Northfield Park, and I've worked a couple fairs with him this season, so he does come out to a few. So just kind of all depends on their timing and when they have time to do it or not. So this race coming up is, as I said, it's a 2-year-old colt and gelding pace, 1 division. King of the USA changed the driver to Tim Johnson. Betty Clegg trains. William Hart from Carmel, Maine is the owner. This is a Down by the Seaside out of a Roll with Joe mare. Queen Josephine purchased at the Standardbred horse sale at Harrisburg for $20,000 as a yearling. Has had 7 starts this year, 1 second. That was at Washington Courthouse. Also tried the Buckeye Stallion Series and has been racing a couple of overnights at Scioto Downs. Endless Dance and Brady Clemens, Eric Nesselrode trains. Eric Nesselrode, Bo Powell, and Dennis Roof are all the owners. This is a Dancing Yankee out of Real Desire mare, Endless Desire. 6 wins, 2 seconds out of 8 starts. So racing just absolutely super. Has earnings of almost $27,000, a mark of 2-1-2 at Woodsfield. Last start was at Caldwell, where he won in 2-3-1, and then the Woodsfield race. Rock Springs 2-7-2, Zanesville 2-3-3, and Athens 2-1-4. So I think if we were betting today, he may be barred from the betting. Gene Said and David Young II from the 3-hole. Stevie Carter trains. Randy Young Stable, LLC from MacArthur, Ohio, bred and owned this well-said colt out of an Always Virgin mare, Chasing Maddie. 7 starts on the year, no wins, but a 2nd and 6 third. So this horse is always right there. Last start out was at Caldwell, finished 3rd, was timed in 2-4-2. Start before that at Woodsfield was 3rd, timed in 2-2. Okay, they're going to gather the horses up. The last one is coming out. We're going to have the post parade in just a second. So Artistic from the 4-hole. Lucas Myers is up for trainer, owner, breeder Samuel Clark. This is an art director colt out of a Soho mare, So Prosperous. 6 starts this year, has 1 third. That was at Rock Springs. So Artistic was timed in 2-12-2 at that race.
Horses for the 5th race, 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings on the track. One is King of the USA by William Hart of Maine. Tim Johnson drives. The 2 Endless Dance by Eric Nesselrode. Bo Powell, Dennis Ruff, and John McCourt. Brady Clemens aboard. 3 Gene Said by Randy Young Stables with David Young aboard. The 4 So Artistic. Lucas Myers picks up the drive for Samuel Clark Beverly. 5 Beachmaster Keen by Mitchell Bean, Jeremy McGraw, and Marna Sheehan. Drivers change Chuck Boland. 6 is Lose Boy, owned by D. Tixia, Vincent, Ohio. Drivers change to Christian Myers. Field of 6 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Purse of $11,485.
We have Beachmaster Keen from the 5-hole. Chuck Boland will drive for trainer Mark Winters. Owners are Mitchell Bean, Jeremy McCraw, and Mama Sheehan from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. This is a Bring on the Beach colt out of a Ponder mare, Keen Allure. 10 starts this year, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 1 third, $10,000 in earnings, a record of 2 minutes and 4/5 at Piketon. Was 2nd at Zanesville in 2-7-2. Also at Wapakoneta was 2nd, just back by 4 lengths, and paced in 2-2-4. Last quarter in 27-3. Lose Boy from the 6-hole with Christian Myers up. Eric Nesselrod trains for D. Texera from Vincent, Ohio. This is a Fear the Dragon colt out of an 11 a.m. mare, Voluminous. 6 starts this year, 6 6 starts, 2 wins, 4 seconds. So 6 out of 6, first and seconds. Earnings of $15,759 already. A mark at Wellston of 2-6-2. Finished second at Woodfield, was back just by 2 lengths, timed in 2-1-4. One at Zanesville in 2-7, came last quarter in 28-3, and finished second at Athens, just back by 4 lengths in 2-2-3, and again came last quarter in 28-2. So some really nice miles by Lewis Boy. I want to thank the drivers for putting on great post parades today. We've had every single one of them have been really, really nice. So we appreciate that. The fans I know that are watching really appreciate that. So let's turn this penultimate race over to Steve Cross, the 5th race, the 1 division of the 2-year-old colt pace.
Two-year-old pacing colts and geldings ready for the start. Here they come in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 11,000 on the line, and they're off. King of the USA for the inside, goes right out for the lead. Endless Dance drops in immediately behind him in second, and off stride to the front is King of the USA. So the leader on a break. Beachmaster Keen out and getting by safely will take the lead. So Beachmaster Keen settles on the point and takes command by 2. Second to the inside is Endless Dance. On the inside in third, then it's Gene Said. So Artistic is now 4th. King of the USA still off stride. Far back then is Lose Boy as they come to the first quarter-mile marker. And the opening quarter was 29-4. Leading the way, it's Beachmaster Keen. Beachmaster Keen by a length and a half to Endless Dance to the inside. Follows along in the second. They make the turn coming down past the stands, and on the front it's Beachmaster Keen and Chuck Bolin leading the way by a length and a half. Endless Dance and Clemens on the inside waiting patiently there in second. Gene Said follows third. So Artistic is 4th. Lose Boy picking up speed now from 5th, and the trailer back pacing is King of the USA. They pass the half and a 101 and on the front leading, it's Beachmaster Keen. The Bringer of the Beach gelding leads the way by a length and a half as they make the turn. Endless Dance on the inside, still there tracking closely in second. Gene Said is set to go from third. They arrive at the 3/4-mile marker, and here comes Endless Dance out of the pocket to engage Beachmaster Keen. Gene Said still there in the hunt as they pass 3/4 and 132. Around the final turn, Beachmaster Keen, Endless Dance side by side. They make the turn, they pass the 8th pole, they've less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Endless Dance to the outside takes the lead. Inside Beachmaster Keen, Gene Said. Final 16th, Endless Dance. Endless Dance will win, drawing away. Beachmaster Keen finished second, Gene Said 3rd. Time of the mile, 2:03 2/5.
A huge cheering section next to us for Endless Dance. Boy, there was a lot of people yelling and screaming for Endless Dance. So what fun that was to be next to these people. So excited. King of the USA and Lewis Boy made very uncharacteristic breaks. They don't show a break in their last 6 starts, either one of them, and both made breaks and were back in the field. So that was very, very unusual to have those 2 horses make breaks. But unofficially, I have Endless Dance, your winner, Beachmaster Keen 2nd, and Gene Said 3rd. A lot of happy people headed down to the winner's circle. Say Endless Dance has been racing he has been on fire. This makes 6 in a row for Endless Dance. It's a $15,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale, and as before today he had earned $27,000, so we add another 6 to that. Going to be a very big crowd in the winner's circle. Three golf carts full, plus the people that came out of the grandstand. So the track photographer is backing up further and further so he can make sure that he gets all these people in their picture.
Horse racing connection with home floor is to win your home fair, home track, and have the kind of crowd that this 2-year-old facing Gilding had cheering for him here down the lane. And rightfully so, he's won 7 of 9 now, and in just those 9 starts today's mile, and giving Endless Dance his 6th consecutive victory of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Endless Dance, a big yellow son of Dancing Yankee and of Endless Desire by Real Desire, bred here in Ohio by Linda Ebersol, is owned by Eric Nesselrode of Stockport, Bo Powell of McConnellsville, and Dennis Rupp and John McCourt of Ohio. Eric Nesselrode trains. Brady Clemens picks up another winning drive here today with Endless Dance.
We should have the rundown here from Steve Cross in just a moment.
6 before the start.
Fifth race, the one King of the USA, Paul Bump, did not finish due to broken equipment. Endless Dance was the winner. Gene said was third. Artistic fifth. Master Keen finished second, and Lose Boy was fourth. Top down, DNF 1-3, 5-2, and 4. The quarter time 29 and 4. The half and 101 1/5. 3/4 time 132, and the final time 203 2/5.
Ready for the 6th race. In the 6th race, the drivers change to number 2, Prosperous Yankee, Lucas Myers.
Lucas Myers on the 2. Ready for race 6. 3-year-old pacing fillies. Race 6, bring him right out, please. We're waiting for you.
So very excited crowd for Endless Dance winning that 2-year-old colt pace. Right here from McConnellsville, Bo Powell, one of the owners, so they really are having a great time. So the last race of our 2-day meet is next. This is the 6th race of the Monday meet from Marietta. We have 4 horses in it. The one change, Prosperous Yankee, will be driven by Lucas Myers. So let's take a short break, and then we'll be back.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzie, a son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
So welcome back to the final race of the day here at the Marietta meet that was transferred over to McConnellsville. Joel mentioned that the track looked like it was in great shape, and it absolutely was for such short notice. Of course, people do train here all the time, but you talk about short notice, they kind of decided around 10 o'clock that they weren't going to be able to get that Marietta track in good shape, good enough shape to race in. So they called up here to McConnellsville. McConnellsville said, sure, come on up, guys. So we want to thank them, thank the track crew for doing such a great job getting this track good. We're thank everybody from McConnellsville and Marietta for cooperating and really making this into a great meet. We had a lot of fans in the stands, a lot of very enthusiastic fans, had great cooperation, so thank you everyone that had anything to do with it. But our last race of the day coming up is the 3-year-old filly Pacers, the second of two divisions. They're going to go for a purse of $5,930. I see all four of them out. We're just going to get them in order. And we're going to have the post parade.
These are the horses for the finale, race 6, 3-year-old pacing fillies, second division. The one is ATI Girls Love Cruisin' by Eric Butler and Steve Butler of Ohio. Alex Hawk, the driver, the 2 Prosperous Yankee. Sam Clark, the owner of Beverly, driver's change to Lucas Myers. 3 JP's Babe, Kevin Mead of Nelsonville, the owner, Brady Clemens aboard. And the 4 VH Fancy, owned by Tim Van Horn of Malta, Christian Myers and the Sulky. For the 4 here in the second division for $5,930 is the 3-year-old Pacing Fillies in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit.
Oh, ATI Girls Love Cruisin', Alex Hawk up from Melvin Byler. Eric Butler from Quaker City and Stephen Butler from Salesville, Ohio are the owners. This is a well-said filly out of a Yankee Cruiser mare, Cruisin' Corrine. Sitting 9th in the Ohio Fair Championship points right now. This horse has had 18 starts this year, 3 wins, 4 seconds, 3 thirds. Fastest of those wins was 159 at Carrollton, and her last win was at Zanesville in 2-1 and 4. Prosperous Yankee, Lucas Myers up for trainer, owner, breeder Samuel Clark. A Dancing Yankee filly out of a Soho mare, So Phosphorus. This horse has had 8 starts this year, has not had a win or second, but did have a third last start out at Caldwell, timed in 2-4 and 2. Zanesville, she was timed in 2-2, and Piketon in 59 and 3, coming home in 28 and 4. JP's Babe and Brady Clemens from the 3 for trainer, owner Kevin Mead. This is a I'm Gorgeous filly out of a Shadow Play mare, Big Girl Jeans. Has 6 starts on the year, 1 second. That second was at Athens, where she paced in 2-3 and 2, came her last quarter in 30 seconds flat. And VH Fancy and Christian Myers from the 4. Tim Van Horn trains, owns, and bred this bit of a legend and filly. That was Jackie's Cam mare, Blue Rock Trixie. 18 starts on the year, 2 wins. Fastest of those was 157 and 1 at Northfield. The last win was at Rock Springs in 2-2 and 2. She's had 34 lifetime starts, 5 wins, $34,000. Let's pick up the action with Steve Cross.
Division 3-year-old Pacing Fillies enters the stretch for the start. Here they come. off and pacing ATI Girls Love Cruisin', cruising right out to grab the lead. Prosperous Yankee comes away in second, VH Fancy third. JP's Babe, the early trailer, in fourth as they make their way to the backside. ATI Girls Love Cruisin', straight away down the backstretch, out there by some 4 lengths on the inside. Prosperous Yankee is next in the second. VH Fancy on the inside is a closer third then, with JP's Babe right there fourth. Fillies coming together now, their nose to tail as they pass the quarter-mile marker. ATI Girls Love Cruisin', they're first and 30-1. ATI Girl Loves Cruisin' leading with Prosperous Yankee right there on her back in the second. VH Fancy is next. JP's Babe at the back as they come this way to the halfway point. ATI Girls Love Cruisin', the well-said filly, leading the way with Hawk aboard by 2 lengths now. Prosperous Yankee to the inside is second. VH Fancy vacates the third spot, and here comes Christian Myers to the outside, underway from third, with the back end here belonging to JP's Babe. Halfway, someone 101 and 4. On to the back stretch. ATI Girls Love Cruisin', still there 2 to the good. VH Fancy makes her way up to the second spot now. Outside and challenging comes JP's Babe. She rallies from third, and now she's flushing out VH Fancy as they come to the 3/4 mile marker. ATI Girls Love Cruisin' under the left-handed stick there, leading 3 parts of the length, 3/4 and 131. ATI Girls Love Cruisin' clinging to the lead. VH Fancy still there, pressing on in the second, with JP's Babe and Prosperous Yankee trailing. Turning for home, they've less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. ATI Girls Love Cruisin' leading every step of the way. VH Fancy to the outside, still there, threatens in second. Final 16th, ATI Girls Love Cruisin'. VH Fancy will not reach ATI Girls Love Cruisin'. Gate to wire. VH Fancy, JP's Babe, Prosperous Yankee. Time of the mile, 2:01, 4/5.
That mile in 2:01 and 4 off a half in 1:01 and 4, so last half in a minute. ATI Girls Love Cruisin', gate to wire victory. This is her 4th victory of the year, 5th victory lifetime. As I said, she was sitting 9th in the Ohio Fair Championship points before today, so she probably will stay right there or maybe move up a little bit. Those Ohio Fair Championship points, as well as the Buckeye Stallion Series and the Ohio Sire Stakes, can be found at ohha.com. When you get to the home page, I think it's the second little paragraph down, it'll say click here, and you click there and you can find all of the points. You have to do the search criteria. You have to put in if you want the Fair Championship points or the Buckeye Stallion Series or Ohio Sire Stakes. So you put that in, and then you will get all the points. Hopefully we will be updating them again tomorrow. USTA was closed today, and I was not in the office, so we didn't get them done today. We've been getting them done on Mondays. But we will have those updated points for you hopefully on Tuesday. So here comes ATI Girls Love Cruisin'.
Down in front of the stands, divisional winners, Southern Valley Colt Circuit, the 1 ATI Girls Love Cruisin'. Through Philip, well said that of Cruisin' careened by Yankee Cruiser, bred by the Ohio State ATI of Sugar Creek, Ohio. Owned by Eric Butler City and Steve Butler of Salesville, Melvin Butler trains, Alex Hawk, the winning driver. 4th season's victory and a 5th lifetime win for ATI Girls Love Cruisin'. Today's mile in 2:01 4/5. Results official, ATI Girls Love Cruisin' the winner. Prosperous Yankee 4th. JP's Babe was 3rd. VH Fancy finished as 2nd. Recheck 1-4, 3 and 2. The fractional time of 30-1, the half at 1:01 4/5. 3/4 times 1:31, and the final time 2:01 4/5. Well, that, racing fans, wraps up the Washington County Fair meet here at McConnellsville. Thanks so much for joining us today, and horsemen, thank you for working with us, adjusting the location and racing here at the Morgan County Fairgrounds. We'd like to thank them as well for all their help, and the track crew for doing double duty and helping us out today. We're going to get back again on Friday and Saturday as a live action resumes with wagering here at the Morgan County Fair in McConnellsville. Friday and Saturday, first post time at 1 p.m. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Safe travels, everyone.
Okay, so that wraps it up for Chris and Katrina and myself, Susan Schroeder, and we want to echo what Steve said. Thanks, everybody, for getting this done today. It could have been a canceled fair and a kind of a disaster for the horsemen, but everybody pulled together, and we got these races all done today. So thanks for everybody. Thank you for watching, and we will see you at a fair real soon. Good night.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio. This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing has been presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Dublin Valley Farms, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.